Strange Black Beats.
If I had to look you in the eyes, I don't think I could handle it. Tryna ask for it. It's not about me or my pride. I'm just tryna abandon it. Can't take a risk. Hands and knees shaking, voice nearly breaking, calling out your name. You know my heart and it's tearing me apart. I just hope you understand. Gotta fight myself each and every day. I keep getting in my own way. So if I fall before I'm taken, will you pick me up and tell me you gon' make it out? Tell me you gon' make it out. gon' make it out. Tell me you gon' make it out. You gon' make it out. Father, Father, can you please forgive me? I ain't been my best. Father, please forgive me. Abba, can you heal my spirit? I'm in need of it. I know that I'm scandalous. Handle that's been hurt and still I'm blessed. Time for strength. I'm done looking back, that's my old ways. I'll be moving on like a drag race. Take my hand, show me where the pathway. Fight myself each and every day. I keep getting in my own way. So if I fall before I'm taken, will you pick me up and tell me you gon' make it out? Tell me you gon' make it out. Tell me you gon' make it out. Tell me you gon' make it out. You gon' make it out. Yeah, you gon' make it out. Father, can you please forgive me? You gon' make it out. Can you heal my spirit? I'm in need. You gon' make it out. Can you please forgive me? You gon' make it out. 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 You gon' make it out.
Hey, big salute, family. This your brother K. Judah. Got my beloved brother Sham with me. We give all praise to the Most High Yah and faith in Yahshua HaMashiach. To the Israelite family worldwide, we say peace and blessings. Big salute to the CUC family, the FOPE family, and the ADUIC family. And all my beloved brothers and sisters in the chat. Talk to him, Sham.
Yes, shalom, family. Most I blessed. Shalom to the FOP family, CUC family, ADUDIC family. Thank y'all for tuning in. As always, we got a nice, wonderful class for y'all tonight. Well, this morning.
Already. Well, family, as you can see the title, we're going to deal with the migrants. They're trying to make these people become cops. We're going to deal with Barbados Prime Minister versus Netanyahu. He tried to invoke Deuteronomy chapter 28. I don't know. We're going to deal with the deadly flooding that's going on in North Carolina and also Tennessee. And we also going to deal with the Venezuelan gangs and the Chicago gangs, man. Hey, that place about to go up in flames. So the Most High told us to warn his people. You know, me and my brother Sham, we're not here to invoke any fear in our people. And the type of fear, if anything, is the fear of the Most High, that we would get our houses in order. So when all these things do happen, we got a strong foundation to stand on, which is Yahshua HaMashiach and also the scriptures. So the first thing I want to do is I want to open up the window and read this article to you, because you have to ask yourself, family, you know, we've been here for many generations. And, you know, every nation that go to the United Nations, they speak for their nation. Nobody care about our welfare. Nobody goes to see how we doing. The Bible told us that nobody would care about anything that pertains to you, Israel. So all these nations go to the UN and they speak for their people. Even when you look at the African nations, if we just gonna keep it frank and real, they don't speak for us. They speak for their nation, their tribes, and where they come from. You know, but that's another topic. We're gonna deal today. We're gonna warn our people to pay attention to the things that are happening up on the earth. So anything else you want to say, Sham?
Hey, let's get it.
And like my brother said, let's get it. All right, family, I'm gonna open up the window and I want to read this to you. I also want to tell you too, Texas is also going through a water crisis. They have a water shortage and they losing a lot of crops because of it. See, a lot of people don't know these things, but a lot of people are caught up in Kamala Harris and Donald Trump and P. Diddy. And while we are being distracted, they passing laws. They trying to make migrants cops. They attacking our people in Chicago and different places where they are. So I'm telling y'all, family, we're gonna be pushed together, whether you like it or not. So all this animosity, you have towards your brothers and sisters, and all this bickering and fighting and arguing back and forth, believe me, all that will come to a cease. Because you are the enemy of the state. You are the enemy of America. All these things are happening because of you, Israel. The Lord has to bring the world down in order for you to rise.
That's
The
right.
world must come down, then you rise up. So all this is on your behalf, family. Stand still and see the salvation of Yah and Yahshua. So let me open
Hey,
up this
Judah,
window. Go
it's
ahead,
just
talk to
like
me.
it's just like what John the Baptist said. He said, "I must decrease so he can increase,"
There you
and that's
go.
pretty much what this is about to happen. The Lord got to decrease so Israel can increase. Family.
Talk to me. Facts. Facts. All right, family. My sister Neftali, she will be on soon. She's at the grocery store right now, but she will be on with us soon. Okay, so here we go, family. Let's open up the window and let's deal with this. I'm gonna read this to y'all, family. So let me see. Okay, here we go. And I want y'all to see that these people are trying to pass laws to make these people cops. You see this, Sham?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, right here. States push bills to allow illegal aliens to become police officers. States push bills to allow illegal aliens to become police officers. So let me read this.
Now I knew about this about 7 months ago. Family. Elder Quanaf had showed me this months
Mm-hmm.
ago. Before they actually started putting it up here, but he was like, "Charles Sham, I'm gonna tell you something that you don't know, because he got people in high places." He said these people was trying to make these immigrants they bringing over here cops, so that they could, they're gonna be able to do what they want, and in our neighborhoods, and these people got records, and they shouldn't even be police. He been told me
Right.
this months and months ago. Now he would have been did classes on this like he wanted to, but Elder Quanaf has been very busy with his job and stuff. Now he ain't got a whole lot of time like he used to. So,
Right.
he said he gonna get back to it as soon as possible and start doing more classes. So y'all will see him again. K Judah know that. Plus he got some family stuff he dealing with right now.
Already. Facts.
When he finished that, he'll be around because he got so much stuff on this migrant stuff. It's ridiculous. But go ahead, K Judah.
Already. Hey, thank you for that, brother. But here we go. Here we go. It says the disturbing trend by states towards allowing illegal aliens to become law enforcement officers have continued this legislative season. While it is not surprising that open borders, states like California, Colorado, and Illinois has passed laws to permit illegal aliens to become law enforcement officers. It is not reserved to them alone. Both the Virginia and Wisconsin legislatures are considering bills this session that would negate the U.S. citizenship requirement to become a law enforcement officer. So all they need to do is become the U.S. citizen. That's a requirement to become a law enforcement officer. So they ain't gonna get these people no proper training.
Right. And K Judah, not only that, they don't have no no records here. So they'll be able to become a police officer easy because they coming from somewhere else. It ain't gonna matter about what's their criminal record in Venezuela or wherever else they come from. That's the issue. And then you also got to understand this family doing that will knock black people down who's trying to become cops down the totem pole more, because they're gonna say, well, you had a misdemeanor here or this and that here. There, you see what I'm saying, K. Judah? It puts our people in a vulnerable position where we can't even protect ourselves if our people wanted to go into the police force. A friend of mine is a cop, and she was telling me about how racist it was in the police force and how they had a white boy there that was openly racist. He was calling them N-words, all types of stuff like that at the academy. And they put the dude out because they was just complaining on him too much and told him he can come back in the next academy class. They ain't tell him he could not be a cop, KJ.
Absolutely.
They were just going to let him come back in the next academy class, right? And I was like, wait a minute, that don't make sense, because this guy's an open racist. She's going against his own people that's supposed to be a cop with him in the academy. Why would you let him be a police, KJ?
Right, facts.
But that's the privilege of when you got, the complexion of the protection family.
And it's also by design.
Mm-hmm.
This is also by design, family. This is not happening by accident. Nobody just woke up and allowed all these people to come over here. Nobody just woke up and allowed all these Venezuelans to come out of jail, all these gang leaders and gang members. This is by design. And what communities are they going to? Where we live at.
Our communities.
Where we live at. I wonder why.
Because I just told K. Judah, they living next to my mother, one side of her, and they just moved across the street right in front of her. And I was telling my parents, make sure y'all got some protection in here, because I don't trust these people. You got 13 to 14 people living in a 3-bedroom house, K. Judah. They got a refrigerator out front and a microwave out front where they cooking and putting their food in, and they going out back pissing in the yard. And then, my mother called me and told me, the back outside smell like pee now because they be peeing outside. And I was like, this is disgusting. This is how these people live, y'all. You feel me? Urinating outside on the wall. Who does that? Like, you know what I mean? You got a bathroom in your house, but I'm guessing that's what happens when you got 14 people in your home. You know what I'm saying, K. Judah?
Already, facts. My daddy always told me, wherever these people live at, the property value will go down. And I asked him why. And he said, because they're going to have cars parked on the yard, or they're going to be working on the car, dripping oil. And yeah, he say the property value always go down when they move to where you living there. But they want you to believe that the property value go down when you move there. No, man, you ain't the problem, family. You are not the problem. They want you to believe you are the problem, but you are not the problem, Israel. The United States of America, they the problem. And allowing all these people to come at where you live at to bother you, they are the problem. You are not the problem, family. You don't bother nobody.
Mm-hmm.
You do not bother nobody. So all this propaganda that they put in the media, even when you're dealing with crime, they try to make it look like we commit a high race of crime. This is all lies, y'all. This is all lies, family. Nobody commit more crime than European Caucasian white folk.
I agree.
And that's the truth. Nobody commit more crime than European Caucasian white folk. And that's the truth, family.
And K. Judah, don't you know these police had to sit down and they was on there talking together about the racism and like the policing.
Uh-huh.
They were saying that they were so tired of them always trying to project like it's only black on black crime out here when it's not. Like other communities have crime on crime, they just don't put it in the media like that.
That's it.
They make it as if like black people was the only people doing crime to each other. And I've been telling people this for years. I'm like, you have to think about it. You have Chinese gangs too.
Yep.
Japanese gangs too. You got the Jewish mafia, the Italian mafia, you got the mob. All these people is criminal organizations or street gangs, wherever these people live at. And they got problems with each other.
Yep.
So don't believe the crap is black people going at it with each other. Everybody had what you would call a territorial or turf war of his own race. They just put it out there against black people to make it look like we animals and we don't know how to act. But they ain't going to tell you about the Chinese beefing with the Chinese, what they call them, tongues. Yep. What y'all know about a tongue? A tongue is a clique or a group of people that have a tongue that they do different. They sell drugs and do all types of stuff. It's no different from a blood gang, Crip gang or GD gang, they got their own type of gang. They call tongues. They're not called a gang. They call tongues, or what kind of tongue. And then their tongue got a name to it, like where a Crips at, or their tongue, they this kind of tongue, or they that kind of tongue. You see what I'm saying, K. Judah?
Already, facts.
But see, they don't tell y'all about that. And they kill each other just like we kill each other in their kind of gang. Same type of principles, same type of policies. It's all about survival. They link up with who they like. They represent this tongue or this clique. They sell drugs, do all types of legal stuff just like everybody else.
Okay, there go Elder Quinat. Hold on, family.
But they like to broadcast black people stuff out there and try to make it as if we some animals. That's why I said, you know what, K. Judah? This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to get the research on that, bro, and we're going to bring that out and show you the different white gangs, Asian gangs, black gangs, European gangs, from Dillinger, Capone, to the mobs, to all that, and show you it's the exact same thing. They just like to broadcast black people stuff in the media and post it everywhere and have people thinking that we just some wild, crazy people. But they don't talk about the stuff that they do to each other. Because they want to put the black man, out there and make us look crazy.
Yep, that's exactly everything you said is 100. Just like the motorcycle gangs, you got Hell's Angel, which is a Caucasian organization, and guess what? They fight against other motorcycle gangs, which is also Caucasian organizations, but they don't put it in the media because they want the world to believe that only crime that is committed in this place is by way of who? The true children of Israel, which is us. And everybody know that's a lie. Everybody know that's a lie. We do not commit high rates of crime. Like me and Sham always talk about. These crimes be committed by demographic. Like it's where you live at, family. Mm-hmm. It's where you live at. You come out here to Houston, Texas, there's certain places where it's high crime. And then there are certain places where you don't see no crime. Crime is everywhere, but certain places where there is no jobs. The environment where they live at is, subhuman. So what you want people to do? What you think they gonna do? They gonna fight each other. They gonna act buck wild because the environment doesn't warrant any progression. So if you put our people in an environment where there is nothing, what you think they're gonna do to each other? Especially if their minds have been destroyed. Now you put a lot of black people in an environment where they can thrive, what you think they're gonna do? They're gonna build with their hands. They're gonna work together. So all these things is propaganda. It's all propaganda. So stop thinking that you're more evil the way y'all talk about each other like, yeah, man, black people, they just wicked and evil. No, man, no, they not. You are the only people on this earth that has been totally destroyed by another people. Your history, your language, your culture, your land, everything has been totally destroyed. Guess what? They never been totally destroyed and they still kill each other. What that's telling you?
I got Elder Quinoff on the phone. He said his internet acting up and it won't let him on. But he's on. Dang. He online though. I mean, he on the phone. If you can you say something, Elder Quinoff? Say if you can.
Most God bless, man.
Hey, big salute, Elder Quinat. Hey, talk your talk, man. I'm gonna fall back. Go ahead, talk to him.
All right, no doubt. I've been getting a lot of information from everywhere, especially from Wheezy, and just my own due diligence. To me, and Shan would tell you, I had stuff that I wanted to do months ago, and it's old information, but it's still not out. And I'm just gonna give y'all briefly what I believe is going on here, and this is more serious than everybody think it is. And people refuse to believe what I'm about to tell you. This country, this works on many levels here, what's going on. You can't defeat a country that has the weaponry that it has. So how do you defeat a country that's powerful as America, that has influence all over the world? How do you defeat the so-called Caucasian man and woman and child? If you look at what's going on with immigration here in America, it's going on in Europe also. They're already warned over there, and they're trying to hide it. Just look it up. So this is what I see, and I'm gonna try to run this down as quick as I possibly can. And I don't know how to really begin on the how they doing it, so just try to put the lines together yourself. If you notice, so-called Caucasians are older people because they don't produce as much. They worry about their career. And you'll look at a lot of so-called hick towns or even in country towns in throughout Europe, especially America, 55, 65 and up. And they haven't been producing like that. And they have a lot of run-down towns. Look this stuff up. So what that do? That stops the flow of money because a lot of them retired, so on and so forth, and they're just not producing. And then through racism, they refuse to hire us. We first last hired, first fired, so on and so forth. This was going on. We've been replaced a long time ago by who we think that's our people.
Mm-hmm.
What I mean by that is that through immigration, Kamala Harris, think about this, brothers and sisters. Her parents immigrated here. She has, let's say she is black, which we know she's not. I don't know if y'all watch Candace Owens. I've been had this information. I gave it to Shameless, never did a video on it, right? Please watch her show and you'll see what's happening. She done dug up a lot of information proving she's not who she says she is. Kamala Harris' parents, which makes her first generation immigrant. If you look at a lot of the people, I'm sorry,
no, go ahead. Something? Go ahead. You got it. Go ahead.
A lot of the people that's speaking up for her, that's so-called black, immigrated here. The one that's on MSNBC, the one that's short hair, blonde hair, whatever.
Don Lemon and all them.
A lot of these people, parents have immigrated here. So this is why they're taking up for the immigrants. If you look at the people who's running California, look up the Congress people in the Senate that's passing these bills without no one or even asking the people, because it's supposed to be for the people, by the people. They're not asking because they're looking out for the immigrants. It's about to get deeper what I'm about to tell you. I'm going to start with Kamala first. This is a movie that had Angelina Jolie in it, where these people were raised to be spies and infiltrate a government because you can't defeat them militarily, so it's acts of treason that's going on here. If you look at Kamala Harris, she said, she didn't visit a border. Hell, I didn't even visit Europe, but guess what she did visit? Her first visit was to India, right? All these people that's here, that's in the government now in America, right, was in some form in the past country involved in the government. Y'all heard of Young Turks? That
Yeah,
guy, he tried to run for Congress in California. He was able to do it. They're letting immigrants, and I've mentioned this a long time ago, now it's in Milwaukee, in different places, be police officers. And they're not immigrants, they're illegal, you know what? If you look at these gangs, they're not gangs, they're terrorists. And it's a video that's out. This guy's called Barry Cunningham. Please watch his show. All right, he has a lot of information to give. And the governments in Europe and in America are tired of the new people. It's us and so-called white people because we're rebellion. We're rebellion against the system. So they need a people that's going to listen to them. And how they going to get rid of us or try to get rid of us. So if you notice last year, 2 years, you always saw, well, I know I did, people in military outfits, they showed the trains, they just sent all the military overseas just about. Even some of the National Guard, right? Why would they do something like that? Who's here to protect you now? The police can't handle it, right? They're already proved they can't handle the people that's protesting about Palestine. They can't protest the people about immigrants. They can't handle them. They can't handle us when we protest about a cop killing us.
Right.
They're not going to be able to handle this. So in essence, what I'm saying is my family, right? We are open carry family. All right, my whole entire family throughout every state in America, we're so-called legal. Now these people get guns legal also. No background check. You know, you gotta get a car. You gotta have a credit history on everything. They don't need all this stuff. They pushed them ahead of us. This is one reason why I left One West, because they've been infiltrated.
Facts.
Christianity been infiltrated.
Yes, sir.
Israel, all of us been infiltrated. And nobody's doing nothing but keep fighting against one another. I'm telling y'all, and I'll close with this. You better pray hard, and you better prepare your family, because during this election that's coming about, this stuff is deeper than what it really is, and I can't go into everything because I really want to. It's deep. If she wins, America's finished, and we can say, well, okay, we don't care. But guess what? I live here. If Trump wins, it's going to be chaos, because he's going to really try to do what the hell he says he's going to try to do, and people are not going to leave when they get.
Let me say this real fast, Elder Quinoff.
Handed to them.
They were saying something about it's going to be whoever wins, it's going to cause a civil war, because the people on each side or they don't want them here. The ones who do want them here, and that's how bad it is, to the point now where it may strike a civil war.
Right.
That's what I want to say.
Well, it's going to be worse than a civil war, because a civil war has a side. When you have a melting pot like America, when you step outside, you're not going to know who your enemy is. You're not, because you're going to look at people that's going to look like you, and they're going to be against you. It's going to be chaos. It's going to really be what they call that movie,
The Purge.
Purge.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not going to really know unless people put on colors, right? You're not going to know who the enemy is. You're just not going to know. And the first thing that everybody is not the weapon that you're going to need right off. You're going to need water. You can't go 2 days without water. You're going to die. Okay? Food, you can eat grass. You can eat any damn thing you want, right? A pigeon. But you need water, and you better have yourself armed. Stop going out buying the fancy liquor. Stop doing certain things. Don't worry about the tennis shoes, the gold chain. You know, you better prepare heavy, because during this election, I'm not trying to scare anybody. And don't like, oh, the war gonna break out. No, it's happening slowly right now. Losing rights things you can't see on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. It's a lot of stuff going on. They done tried to kill this man 3 times. And it's not an outrage about this. There's not an outrage about this. Constant lies being told. We as a people better pray and prepare. Because I'm telling you, it may not be at the end of the election. It may be in February. I don't know. Or it might be before. Because I'm telling you, Sham, I'm going to send it to you. Or send it to you, K. Judah.
Already.
All the time. In my neighborhood, with the gang signs tattooed all on them. Right? I don't know if y'all got mopeds riding all in y'all neighborhoods or downtown.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You go to the restaurants, any store, you're not seen working there. These people are moving here on a high level, and they're coming in from Canada. And it's not just Hispanics. It's Asians, it's East Indians, it's Arabs, it's everybody. Everybody here. We've been outnumbered. They have outnumbered the white man here. Okay? This place is already falling.
Mm-hmm.
It's already falling. And Jacob's trouble is at the door. It's at the door.
And that's what we keep telling them, Quinoff. They keep talking about we all the same people. How? These people outnumber us. Period. We few in number compared to them. Like the prophecy say in Deuteronomy 4.
Facts.
So it's crazy.
In this conscious community, listen, brothers and sisters. Hip hop has always been a tool to destroy not just black people, but America, to infiltrate and to brainwash. All this is witchcraft that's going on here, right? And now they're going to take, everybody got to pay the piper now. From Hollywood, hip hop, they all know, right? It's all has been designed to bring down this country and destroy us as a people. But one thing I noticed throughout history, read the script and just look at history. They always come back and look for us for help. In all their wars and creation, look toward our God. They always look toward us. The scripture talk about how they're going to grab hold of coattail. They look for us because when the chaos happens, they're not going to know what to do. Because bullets will run out. Bullets will run out, right? Our main protection is going to be the Most High, but you better have a plan, man. A poor rat only got one hole to run into.
Already. That's right, Elder.
You know, the cat chasing the rat or the rabbit, and he looked toward the hole, and the other cat standing at the hole waiting for him. Y'all better prepare, man. You know, the scripture talks about, man, having children at this time is tough. It's tough because all hell break out. They don't know how to be quiet. They can't move fast enough. They cry when they're hungry. Think about these things, right? And the women, this is going out to you women, whoever listening. You better get in order, and you better find somebody, or you better protect yourself, arm yourself legally or by any means necessarily. Get to know 2 to 3 neighbors around you, right? Because even your family, the ones that's why I love that song, Family, that you always play. Because everybody that's your family, they really not your family because they're not following the will of the Father. They not arming themselves. They not getting ready. They not getting ready. And when all hell break loose, the same ones that you warn, they're going to knock on your door. What you going to do? What you going to do?
Asking for
you
your
going
food.
to try to save them and in turn try to save them. You may die.
They come up, we need to eat. We need food. What I'm supposed to do about that situation? I told y'all said I was crazy.
Yep.
Now I got to give up my stuff for my kids.
You better start preparing yourself with medicine. I'm about to tell you something crazy. And this is only my opinion, what I'm telling you. And I talk subliminally. Because it's not facts, right? What I'm about to tell you. You better go to the pet store, right? And get antibiotics for your pets. And you read through the lines. Read through the lines. Because some things is good for all species. Research it. You better supply yourself with certain herbs. If you got high blood pressure, if you got diabetes, you better figure out an alternative route because if all hell break loose, the medical stores and everything will be raided
and regulated.
Right? You better think about these things. Right? You better think about these things. But I didn't come to take the show over, man. But
no, Elder, thank you, man. Hey, just speak your thoughts, man. We need this. The Bible say, warn my people. So this our job. Like we have to let our people know what's going on. If we don't warn them, something happen, we gonna be at the cost of their blood. So now you're doing the right thing, brother.
And understand this, brother, sister. The Most High use whoever He want to use.
That's true. Fact.
Understand this. He used people that's not an Israelite. Many of them to prove a point. I don't give a damn about Trump, nobody. But I'm gonna tell you one thing. When he's speaking on, I gotta support it. It's gonna be too late, but I gotta support it. That's just my feeling. Okay? Because he's afraid to lose. The good old America has been good to him, made him a billionaire. Right? But you gotta think about your children. And I gotta be honest. Not my generation, but my parents' generation. You Negroes dropped the ball, so y'all gotta stand up even more. Y'all gotta stand up even more. And a lot of you 60 and 70, 80, it ain't too late. Sacrifice yourself, damn it. Do something because your children's life is in danger. It's in danger. Do whatever you gotta do. Because this election and what's going on, let's say she went. Right now we're losing our rights. Our vote never mattered, and it's really not gonna matter. Our young girls are being sex trafficked, made out of hoes and everything else. We got to protect them. But the only way we're going to protect them, we got to come together under the Most High as men. And if anybody don't want to stand in line on what we doing, don't friend them. Don't let them waste your time. The hell with going to a football, basketball game. The hell with this. I like going out having a good time, but I done slowed down. And I'm stopping because I said, you know what? This, from what I know and what I've seen these people in my neighborhood and where I was staying at first. And I live pretty good to a certain degree. And I'm telling you, it don't matter where you live at. These people are everywhere. And then, like I said, they're not just Hispanic people. They're so-called Caucasians. They speak in different languages. I work downtown, right, in the nation's capital, where I see everything. Everything. And I'll tell you, I'm not afraid to say I'm in security, right? That's what I do. High security. And I'm telling you, what I see, the white man has lost this country. He's lost it. And they know it. And I don't think they're gonna be able to get it back. And that's we're gonna have to struggle. And y'all better stand up. And I'm just crying right now about the videos, but y'all better
Breaking up, Elder
worry
Kanath.
about what's going on and everything. Do what y'all gotta do. I ain't my place.
Hey man, I surely appreciate that, Elder Quinat. Thank you for dropping those jewels, them gems, letting our people know what's going on. And I agree with you. America will never get this country back. It's finished. It's just the birth pains. They're going to continue to increase until Yahshua bring this place down and this worldwide Babylonian system. I keep telling people, Babylon is a system. It is not one location. The Lord is about to bring this world down, and it's for your benefit. So all these things that are going on around you, because y'all got to remember this. Y'all have to remember this. In the book of Revelations, chapter 12, the Bible say Satan went after the woman. So a lot of people like to say, no, Satan is coming after the whole world. Let me say this again. Satan went after the woman. Who is the woman? Israel. He hates you, Israel. So everything around you, Satan is bringing to do what? Knock you off your pivot. Now, a lot of people like to blame Yah and Yahshua. Well, why will Yah allow this to happen? Why would Yah not just protect his people? He giving you an opportunity and room to come back to him. If you forsake somebody, you just want them to just what? Protect you even though you don't trust them. You don't have no faith in them. You don't believe in them. You just want the Lord to just do what you're not willing to do. So he got to move on your behalf, but you're not moving on faith.
Right.
Talk to him, Shan.
Right. I mean, I agree. And that's the problem with Israel. You know, we want all these things done for us, and we don't want, like, I always, you know, I quote this all the time, K. Judah. Like the Lord said, the Greek seeks wisdoms, our people seek a sign.
They seek a sign.
We always got to see something to prepare for it. When we keep telling y'all, get this, get that, and then people like, I don't want to waste money, or I don't want to do this. You know what I'm saying, K. Judah? But it's not about wasting money. If you already have it, when the time comes, you won't have to worry about it. Don't run to the store when the chaos is going crazy. You know what I'm saying, K. Judah? And
absolutely,
you ain't got no food or no canned goods, right? I got canned goods I stacked from about 6-7 years ago. Still here, K. Judah. All types of stuff, dry food, all that, bro. Like, so if anything did pop off, I would go and get some stuff, but I wouldn't need that much because I already prepared. You see what I'm saying? I already prepared. You don't want to be in the midst of the chaos because, like I said before, when people get hungry, when the Shalom Queen Naphtali, when everything get crazy and then gets smaller, you already know what happened, KJ. The people get ruthless. They start murdering, killing, and doing things or unthinkable things because they wouldn't have thought that, hey, I wouldn't have to do this. You know what I mean? But that's how it's going to get out here, family. And you got to prepare yourself. And then your friends and your family and everybody, they're going to be calling around and, hey, y'all got something over there y'all can spare. The kids ain't ate in 3 days. You know what I'm saying, K. Judah?
Absolutely.
It's going to get ugly like that. And then it's like, oh, we in a hard and rock place. We making hard choices. And then not to, you know, put no sisters down, but our sisters, listen, Y'all gonna be the ones that's gonna be breaking. Because when y'all be hearing them people calling talking about them babies, y'all gonna be saying one talking about, well, we got something to spare. And then the man gonna be, look, we ain't got nothing to spare because there ain't nothing in the stores. And if you giving food away and letting people know we got something, it's gonna bring attention to our house. That's when
Champ, let me interrupt this for a second.
okay.
Look, everybody know me. I got a kind heart, but I'm gonna be ruthless right now. I don't give a damn about no woman, no child when it come to mine. I'm just gonna keep it in mind. Is everybody's on this line, and people that may be listening that follow the will of the Father. I can't say so much, but what I do, I see things. I know what's going on, man. And I will say this is some good news for me. I seen a lot of women in the gun stores because that's where I hang out at. That's my new spot, right? And they black women.
Don't say that too loud, Elder Quinoff. I said, don't say that too loud now. People gonna be like, he hanging out in the gun store.
Well, look, you better. And look, this. And then, I don't know. I can't see. I don't know if the sister in the room with us, but
Naphtali
this
here.
word advice.
That's Naphtali. That's Naphtali.
Okay, don't be going out buying a lot of different guns that take different bullets. Get a gun and take the same damn bullet. If you get a gun and take a cartridge which you don't fit the gun, right? Don't worry about how pretty something is. Get something simple so you can defend yourself.
Right.
That's all. But I like to hear what the sister got to say, man. I'm gonna jump off here. I keep saying I'm gonna do a video, but hey, look, I gotta take care of mine right now. But I just want to let y'all know what's going on. The place is already lost. They lost, and what you're seeing is fear with them. I'm not speaking fear because I'm not afraid of nothing. But the Most High.
Hey, Elder, thank you for all the videos too and all the information that you sent me. I gathered the information today and I told Sham, I say, Elder Quinot been sending me a lot of information, Sham, and we need to go warn our people about it. So I just want to thank you for sending me all that information, Elder, because what I do, I'll wait till you send enough, and then that's when I put it together and then come and warn our people about it. So I want to thank you, Elder. Big salute to you.
Oh, bro, I appreciate it. Also, I don't know if you showed this one yet, where Homeland Security and all of them came out with a report a couple of days ago where America has released 13,000 murderers in the country. They know they are murderers that came over here, but they got catch and release. They're murderers from all heinous crimes. 15,000 so-called rapists, right? In America, right? Over 460,000 altogether, small crime and large crime in this country. Look it up. Just imagine. That's like 300 in each city. And I'm telling you, Google it and learn the tattoo signs, brothers and sisters. Learn them. Because they near you. And the gangs, so-called gangs here, gonna try to fight these people. Okay, so what? But you're gonna shoot the gun sideways. That ain't gonna work. These people are organized on a high level. On a high level. But Most High bless everybody, man. Thanks for letting me on.
Already. Anytime, Elder.
I would like to say later on. But Most High bless, sis. Good to see you on.
Hey, Naphtali, we're gonna let Naphtali get the flow, family. I want to thank my sister for coming up, and we want to hear her perspective of these things that's going on around the world, not just America, but our people scattered in Africa. There's a lot of things going on in Africa too, family, that they don't show you on the news. So our majority of the tribes are scattered in Africa. So I want to also pray for our brothers and sisters who are scattered in Africa and different places, Haiti, Jamaica, North, South Central America, the UK, everywhere our people scattered at, man. I'm praying for y'all, family, that the Most High will keep that hedge of protection on you all. Naphtali, talk to him.
Hey, Shalom, Most High bless to everybody, to you, K. Judah, and to you, Sham, and the Elder Quanah. All of you in the chat, thank you so much, K. Judah, for inviting me on.
Anytime, man. You know you're welcome anytime.
I really appreciate you. You guys really been putting in a lot of work. And I truly appreciate it. Been enjoying a lot of your information that you guys have been presenting, getting your perspective. Um, Now I want to share a little bit about what I've been noticing and what I've been
Okay,
seeing.
already.
Um, so, like you guys said, I sent you something, K Judah. Do you see it
Is in the email.
as in Messenger? If
Okay,
that's
I
cool.
got you. Hold on, let me mute this. Go get it right now.
All right. Yeah. So while K Judah's getting that, I want to talk about something. We got the baby boomer population, right? And the baby boomer population is, getting to between the ages of 60 to 80 years old. And the baby boomer population is actually the largest population of the United States, right? They had our great grandmothers, our grandmothers was having 10 kids, 9 kids, 8 kids, 13 kids. So what's happening is a lot of our boomers are, they're getting up there in age and they're going to be passing away. And so white people, Caucasians, unfortunately, their birth rate is dropping. They're not having children.
Mm.
Their fertility rates are going down. So what happens is after probably about in the next 20 to 25 years, the Caucasian population is going to drop 50%. Like it's going to diminish. It's going to drop because again, a lot of them, fertility rates are low. They're not able to have children. Also, they're teaching people not to even have children. They're making it where it's not something that you want to do. And then
Mm.
a lot of them are promoting this abortion.
Yep.
So what am I saying here? They brought Kamala in because they need to bring in their the next. There's a hierarchy, right? So there's the Caucasian, and there's within the Caucasian race, we have the Indians who are Caucasians, then we have the Asians, and then we have the Hispanics. They're all supposed to come in and join together and to be able to take over the country. It's their time. It's their time. It's their turn. So that's why they're coming in. And also a lot of the Caucasians understand, a lot of them, they may not understand, but I think a lot of them do, and they're actually leaving. They're actually going out of the country, going to different places, Thailand, New Zealand, the Netherlands. They're getting out of here. And this is what I have to say. I'm with you guys about preparing, prepping, years, about 10 years, 5 to 8 years ago. My husband and I, we were all, getting ready to actually leave the United States. I'm one of the big components of actually leaving. Now, what does that mean when I say leave? Um, have a backup plan. When you get rich, one thing people do is they have a lake house, a beach house, they have a secondary home somewhere else outside of the country. And so, a lot of us are looking at Africa. A lot of us are looking towards Africa, and you don't necessarily have to, live there full time. But the thing is that, you have an option of somewhere to go if this country is bombed, if this country is destroyed. We don't have to suffer here. There are different places. Thailand is one of the major components. A lot of African American our people are moving to Thailand, and Thailand is very reasonable. Okay, so here is a comment. I had seen this comment probably, I don't know, 5, 6 years ago. And I took it. My husband took it. We screenshotted it because we were like, this is happening. So this was 5 to 6 years ago. It says niggers don't realize that us Hispanics are taking over. We are not going to be with them. We are going to control them. We will establish the new elite just like Latin America.
I
Now,
remember that.
Mm, wow.
I remember, I remember
yes,
that.
this comment is about 6 years ago. So here we are today, looking at like you said, the One West camps. They believe that these people are our people. These people are not our people. And they said here, they don't realize that us Hispanics are taking over. So this is their time. This is their turn. Um, you look at the hierarchy within the Caucasian race. The next level is are the Brahmins, which are the Indian people. And so when we look at this, we have to be, think about it. Like I said, if you guys were rich, if we were rich, we would have a second home. We would have a second home, and it would not be in the United States. We will have a lake house, a beach house. We'll have somewhere else. That's just general. And so what I'm saying is that we all need to look towards another location as a backup plan. Does it have to be Africa? No. Like I said, Thailand is another location. They're offering 10 years. You can just come in with 10 years. Our money stretches there. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
You can,
Hmm.
they have beautiful weather. They have beaches. We can actually like live a great life. We all can invest in a home. Don't have to live there full time. It's just somewhere to have as a place where you can go to vacation. I mean, in the
Right.
meantime, nothing is really happening. You can still vacation. But a lot of us are there. A lot of us are there. They're actually building expat communities in Thailand. A lot of us, and it's not just black folks, not just us. There's a lot of Europeans are they're taking themselves. A lot of Caucasians are taking themselves over there to Thailand because they know something we don't know. So
Right.
right now, you can get like a 3, 4 bedroom house over there for like $50,000 to $60,000. Beautiful homes. You know, if you guys ever watch something called House Hunters, they have a show called House Hunters International, and this is on like the Home Network, HGTV, and you can actually see them purchasing homes in Thailand. They're actually showing you all over the place. They're actually showing you them purchasing homes all over the country. I mean, all over the world, essentially. So they're getting secondary homes. They're getting necessary. You don't have to get a house. You can get a loft. You know what I'm saying? A townhome, and it's just good to just have a backup plan if you can, right? If you can, not everybody can just go off, but like I said, just take some time and just go visit these different countries. You know what I'm saying? Check them out, research it, because like I said, Thailand is actually opening their doors. They want us there. Now when I look at Africa, I'm giving them the side eye a little bit because I think they're trying to open their doors, but a lot of them are, not as welcoming. Like I said, in Thailand, you can just come in, they're not just going to give you 10 years, but the thing is that they have a visa or an option of 10-year visa. Africa, South Africa, I don't know what's up with them, but they only want to give you 2 to 3 years, and you have to have all these different qualifications. But like I said, let's try to look forward to, having a homestead, somewhere where we can have a farm, start looking more, rural, trying to have band together. We all get a plot of, we all get an acre of land. We all each build up on that and build together and bond together. But I'm going to bring up another perspective. Everybody talks about Babylon, and I'm actually getting ready to put out a video about Babylon the Great. See, a lot of people look at Babylon, they understand that this is Babylon, but however, people don't realize the Canaanites are the Babylonians. When you look at it historically, the Babylonians were ruled by the Amorites. This is documented. You can find this in Encyclopedia Britannica. You can find it everywhere. The Amorites were the ones that ruled over. They are the ones that created the Babylonian race. Now, um, why do I mention this? Because in Judges 3, the Most High said that He chose the Canaanites to judge Israel by. He's utilizing the Canaanites to judge Israel by them. And guess what the Canaanites keep doing? They keep failing to the Israelites keep failing to the Canaanites. And what do I mean by that? Every time you go into the Bible, it says that they keep marrying the Canaanite women, they keep marrying the Canaanite men. And if you go into Judges 3, okay, Judy, can you bring up Judges 3 for me?
Absolutely. I got you.
Thank you. Um, a lot of people look at the Canaanites like my Ron Dalton. As a matter of fact, I've been trying to get to this man. Oh my gosh, you guys don't understand how I've been trying to get to him because I want to talk to him about why is he saying these little African pygmies are the Canaanites? No, 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 no. That's what they want to make you think they are, but they're not. The Canaanites are these Europeans. They're the Caucasians, Asians, Hispanics, and the thing is, they're the Babylonians. And then when you take your time, like I said, I have a video where I'm going to thoroughly showcase scriptures as well as his. I like to go into the Bible as well as history, and the Bible is proven by history. Like I said, when you look at the Babylonians, when you look at Hammurabi, which was a huge he was a king. He ruled Babylon, and he was an Amorite. They actually tell you that he's an Amorite, and that the Amorites are the ones that ruled, established the Babylonian community. And like I said, when K. Judah brings up this
I thought
scripture,
Hammurabi was in ancient Egypt though. With the Hammurabi,
Hammurabi was in Babylon. But when you go to ancient Egypt, the Babylonians ruled in Egypt. See, a lot of people don't know that the Babylonians actually ruled. They were the Hyksos. And when you go into when Egypt lost, when they lost their land, their rulership, they lost it to the Amorite Canaanites. And when you look at the Amorites, you look at the Babylonians, and you look at the Hyksos, you will see that the Babylonians ruled also in Egypt. Now here it is right here. So this is Judges 3, and it says, "Now these are the nations which the Lord left to prove Israel by them, even as," excuse me one second, trying to see it, "even as many of Israel as had not known all the wars of Canaan, only that the generations of the children of Israel might know, to teach them war, at the least such as before know nothing thereof, namely 5 lords of the Philistines, and all the Canaanites, and the Sidonians, the Hivites that dwelt in Mount Lebanon, from Mount Baal Hermon unto the enterings in of Hamath. And they were to prove Israel by them, to know whether they would hearken unto the commandments of the Lord, which he commanded their fathers by the hand of Moses. And the children of Israel dwelt among the Canaanites, the Hittites, the Amorites, and the Perizzites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites. And they took their daughters to be their wives, and gave their daughters to their sons, and served their gods. And the children of Israel did evil in the sight of the Lord, and forgot the Lord their God, and served Baalim and the groves." So let me slow down and go back to that. So the Most High actually wanted to know if if what's been going on this whole time is that the children of Israel stopped worshiping the Most High God to worship other gods. Well, who gods are they worshiping? They're worshiping the Canaanite gods, Baal. Baal is the Canaanite god. So every time you read in the Bible, you see Baal in there. Well, guess what? He is the god of Canaan. So the Most High put in Deuteronomy 7, right? 7:1, he says, "Do not marry these Canaanite people." Now, a lot of you have been hearing so much about the Canaanites, like, hold on, what are you talking about? These Canaanites are these poor black folks. No, no, no. These Canaanites are people that are very successful. Remember, we know the Phoenicians, right? The Phoenicians are Canaanites, and they said that they had gold dust powdered. They had paved roads with gold dust powdered on it. You know what I'm saying? When the Most High said that He was going to bring you into the land of Canaan, He said to not get, He said to turn away. Don't look over there at them. Do not fixate on them. Fixate on what you have. But what did the children of Israel do? They did evil in the sight of the Lord and forgot the Most High. They forgot the Most High to worship who? They to worship the Canaanite gods. It says it right here. It tells us right here that the Most High the anger of the Lord was hot against Israel, and He sold them into the hands of Trish. I can't even say that. Shad, well, whatever. The king of Mesopotamia, and the children of Israel had to serve him for 8 years. Now, right here, it shows you that the children of Israel, so he said he wanted to prove the children of Israel, right? He wanted to prove them. And how did he want to prove them? Prove their loyalty to him was by bringing them to the Canaanites. But what did the children of Israel do? They forgot the Lord, they forgot everything, and they married these men, they married these Canaanite women, and then they served Baal. They serve the Canaanite God. So that's why people say Babylon. Well, when you do your research, and you know what, Kate Judah, why don't you go ahead and put in uh Babylon? Let's put that in. Let's go ahead and put that in for people to see, because I don't like to just say stuff. Let's just Google Babylon real quick. Let's just Google it. Simple Google. It doesn't have to be anything, you know, very, you know,
I got
scholarly.
you. Y'all go ahead and talk. I'm gonna go get it.
Yeah, go ahead and just Google Babylon so you guys can see what you get. This doesn't have to be all high tech and all, all informative and things like that. We're just doing it real quick and easy for, for you guys, the average person, just to go in and just Google it and see for yourself who these people are. And the thing is, like I said, I've been
Is
bringing
Wikipedia fine? Is Wikipedia fine?
Wikipedia's fine.
Okay.
First thing that comes up. Let's see what Wikipedia has to say. Like I said, guys, I've been really trying to push this Canaanite movement, this Canaanites, because the thing is, people don't want to accept the Canaanites for who they are. These people have fought their gods. If you look at their gods, which I say is Baal, and if you look at their way of worship, it matches all of what these Canaanites and these Europeans have. They've been worshiping their gods. Their symbols have been all over their homes. All right, let's see here. Go ahead and roll it up. Okay, let's see. Go down. Let's see. Oh, okay, hold on. Let me see. Go down. Oh, I'm sorry it's delayed. I'm sorry. Let me look at this. Keep going down. Let's see what it has to say. Hold on. Let me get the right. Let me get that for you. Cause let me make sure I have it for you guys. Just a second. Cause I'm not. If I should put. Let me see what I should have you Google. So I have it right here. Let's see. Let's see. May not be in Wikipedia, but it's probably in. Let's see. If it's in Wikipedia, let me give me 1 second, guys. Just give me a second
Hey,
while I get
while my sister doing that, family, I hear echo. Somebody got an echo. Let me see.
Oh, yeah, I heard that too. I hope that's not me. 1 second. Let me get that. I may just have to go ahead and just share my own screen and everything, but
Yeah, you can share it, and then I got you.
yeah, let me see, because like I said, it should be much more simpler than that. Uh, let's see, world history.
I saw what you put in the August dreams. Hold on, let me see.
All right,
Y'all hear that, y'all hear that echo?
go to the world
Yeah,
history.
my mic on mute, so I got my
Huh?
mic muted. No, I said I got my mic muted, so it's not me.
I just muted mine. Let's see if it still does it.
Y'all can hear me, family? Yeah, Neftali, it's an echo coming from you.
From me, okay.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna log out. I'm gonna go on my laptop. Okay.
It might
Okay.
be like when both of y'all got your mic open at the same time. It muted sometimes. Like I bet you, see how it's acting now. But watch this. I turn mine off. Like see how I'm talking now, and see how I stop now.
Right.
Mute your mic, K. Judah, and I'm gonna mute mine. And that Naphtali talking is probably not gonna happen. Say something, Naphtali.
Hey, Neftali, say something, and then we're gonna go on mute.
All right. Can you hear me?
Yeah, there you go. Okay, go ahead.
Everything's good. Okay.
Yeah. See when you talk now, when we mute it, it's no echo. It only happen when both mics open. So it's whatever is like, as far as you It's causing an echo. But you good when we muted.
All right, so let's go on into the World History Encyclopedia. I see it there just fine. I have to let me go into. I'm sure it's in Wikipedia. It's just I probably just have to see where it's located. It's probably not just at the top, but I see it in the World History Encyclopedia. So go ahead and just scroll down until you see the World History Encyclopedia, and then open it up, and we'll talk about uh, Babylon and how they're linked to the Canaanites. Just a second.
KJ, you gotta share the screen.
Yeah, I got you right now. Is this it right here, Naphtali? World Scope Encyclopedia, Babylon.
Yes, right here. Yes, that is correct.
Okay.
World Encyclopedia. So let me pull up my stuff so I can see it. And you know what, guys, I can just leave and do it, but let me see how this works out. And if I'm still having an issue, I will just log into my laptop. All
Okay.
right, so let's go. Let me pull this up. All right. All right. So it tells us Babylon. So right here it says Babylon is the most famous city from ancient Mesopotamia. Let's go down some. Keep going down. We're going to skip all that. Keep going down. All right, hold on right there. Stop right there. So, okay. So it says Port City and Hammurabi. Okay, so it says the earliest mention of the city comes from an inscription from the time of Sargon of Akkad. It seems to have been a small but profitable port city on the river um, by the time under the later Akkadian king Shar Kali. It is recorded that two temples were built at Babylon, and it later fell under control of the city of Kazulu until liberated by the Amorite chieftain Samu Abun. Right? So let's see. And let's see. When you guys see my presentation, it will be much more organized. But right there, we see that the Amorites were the ones that were. So we see Hammurabi. He was the Amorite king, and he was in charge. And if you go up some more for me, just go up some more. Go up some more. Okay, hold on. You know what? I'm going to have to just do it. Let me go ahead and leave, and I'll be right back because I'm telling you to go up, and then it just makes more sense for me to just do it myself. Just give me a second. I'll be right back.
Okay. All right, family. I want to until my sister come back, let me show y'all this. This is from my sister August Dreams, my twin in the fate. All right. Here y'all go. This is a new census. I want y'all to see this. Look at this picture right here. Okay? Y'all see this picture, right? Look at what they saying. This is why I be telling y'all, all this stuff these people say, it just be lies, bro. Let me let Naphtali back in, though. Let me see if she... Sham, let me know when Naphtali down there. It says the new census population projection confirms the importance of racial minorities as the primary demographic engine of the nation's future growth. Countering an aging, slow growing, and soon to be declining white population, soon be declining white population. The new statistic project that the nation will become minority white in 2045. During that year, whites will comprise 49.7% of the population, in contrast to 24.6% for Hispanics, 13.1% for blacks. Man, we've been 13% since we've been over here, which we know that we make up the majority because it's 12 tribes. So 7.9% for Asians and 3.8% for multiracial populations. So there you go. By 2045, now you see why they push interracial relationships on us so much. Because they're trying to keep themselves alive through our genetics. See, they be hoping that one of our kids marry one of their sons and daughters, and then they're going to teach their sons and daughters to marry somebody they look like the mama or the daddy, so they can destroy the generation to the third and fourth generation, to wipe out the seed. So this is why the Lord never wanted us to mix our seed or to mingle with the nations. But we did it anyway, and y'all know we hard-headed. So by 2045, it don't matter how much interracial marriages you do. By 2045, based on their statistics, you would be the minority, which in reality, you already the minority, but they don't, they lie in the media, make it look like you the majority. Maybe in America you are, but around the world, you are a minority. Majority of this world has color. No matter where you go, people of what y'all call color. Black people. White people are the minority, and they've been like that for a long time, family. We are not the minority. We are the majority. And that's the facts. So thank you for that, August Dreams. Anything you want to say, Sham? We are not the minority. We are the majority. Lies. So let me show you this too, while my sister doing what she doing. This is what's going on in Chicago. I want to show y'all what's going on in Chicago with these Venezuelans.
Criminal activity of these migrants or non-citizens. The city of Chicago is going to go up in smoke, it's going to go up in flame, and it's going to be nothing that the National Guard or our government can do about it when the bloodshed hit the streets. Blacks against migrants.
Now, K.
Zach
Judah, you know why
Massey
he's
did
saying
time
that?
in state prison with Tyrone Muhammad, although he's only 26.
Talk to me, Sham.
See, I was out in Chicago. I went to Prince RCL funeral out there, man. I know how them dudes get out. We was there just for the funeral, and the gangbangers and guys from different gangs rolled up on us and was checking and asking who we was. Me, Elder, and Cornard from us. We was telling them we was Hebrew Israelites. These dudes don't play around. If you're not from that city, or you coming in doing things, you making money, they will kill you. That stuff is serious. So all that stuff we be saying, the drill raps and the ops, that stuff is real out there. I seen it for myself. You got to be careful out in Chicago, especially if you're not from there. They tell you to stay downtown because you go anywhere outside of Chicago, these people don't care and they don't play around. They don't know who you are. You saw what happened to Elder. I showed you, remember? Elder T'Chaka. You know what I mean? Like, it's serious out there. So, y'all got to be careful with stuff like this. And this is what he's talking about. Like, you just can't come somewhere and start doing what you want to do, making money. Other gangs, you invading on people's territory. People don't take that kind of stuff too lightly. And everything he's saying, I know what he means. It's going to get ugly. Ain't nothing they're going to be able to do about it. Right. It's going to get crazy out there. And it's going to be all types of bloodshed.
Already.
He's a leader on the streets and said he's disgusted by the money going to Venezuelan migrants at the expense, he says, of the African American community.
I finally actually talked to him on the translator app, and he told me all the things that he got going on, how they help him get a car, apartment, clothes, link. So it's just like, I just be looking at it like, they ain't got no Social Security, no, where they come from. He probably not even here legally.
They get right here. They get quick housing, quick funding, food. They get cars with no license. They can't even
Hey, Judah,
read.
That's like the scripture says, surely oppression make a wise man mad, right? All
Absolutely,
right,
fact.
these men been oppressed for so long. Now you see how brothers starting to get wise and talking about, hold up now. Y'all not gonna just do this to us. We still in the ghetto, we still in the slum, but these people never been here. Like he said, they ain't got no social security number or nothing, but you giving him $9 grand a month. That's more than what a lot of people make in a month. You see what I'm saying? After taxes, $9,000. That's ridiculous, bro. That's ridiculous.
And they doing it on purpose, Sham, because it's to provoke us to anger.
Uh-huh.
Doing it on
And they
purpose.
pay their rent, and they give them a car, and they give them food stamps. But you can't get reparations or nothing?
They say they don't have the money. They say they don't have the money for the reparations, but they have the money to send over there to Israel, what, 8 billion? And then they also gave the Ukrainians. You see what I'm saying? They even passed the bill for the Asians. So this is all propaganda to provoke us to anger. But I believe that the Most High and Yahshua is trying to move us to him. But
Right.
we just haven't tapped into it yet. He's allowing all these things to happen around you. Instead of looking around and saying what Trump gonna do, what Kamala gonna do, he wants you to look at the main source.
Yep.
He is the source. But nobody won't look to the source because they dependent upon politicians. This is no different than the book of Samuel. What did they say? We do not want to serve the Lord, Samuel. We want a king like all the other nations.
Yep.
So we lean and made arm of flesh our strength and not the actual king. And he was angry about this. So he gave them what they wanted. So while they passing these laws for everybody else, and while they getting 9,000 and getting apartments and getting cars and getting loans and debit cards, the Lord is allowing this to happen until we come back to the source. I'm telling you, this to provoke you.
This K. Judah, right? I remember I was telling you I was getting my TVs hung up in my house, right? Don't you know the guy that came and did it? He was a white man, right?
Mm-hmm.
The man gave me a heartfelt story about what was going on in his house. Like he just, was a nice guy, but he just wanted to talk. And I could tell he needed to get it off his chest, man. He was talking about the Black Foundation, what's going on in the world. But he was telling me, he was talking about politics. And I was telling him how I'm not Democratic or Republican. I don't, vote. I'm not into that. And he was like, yeah, man, I agree with you. He said, my whole house and family is divided. He was crying, K. Judah, hurt, saying that they are beefing over Trump and Kamala. And he was telling them why this is so important to y'all. Why y'all is divided over two politicians that don't care about none of us.
Right.
He was screaming and yelling, talking about, he said his family fell apart because half of them are Trumpers and the other half are Democrats. And he said, y'all letting politics divide our family? He said, you don't know none of the mother F us. He said he was just going off on them, like, you know what I mean? Tell them how stupid they was, that they letting politicians destroy their house and their family. Because one side of the family said, we ain't speaking to y'all no more if y'all vote for Trump. And the other side said, the hell with y'all. We ain't speaking to y'all no more if y'all vote for Kamala.
See what I'm saying?
That's bad, brother.
It's
the
crazy.
white guy, he was in tears, K. Judah. Like he was hurt. Like deep down inside, I wanted to laugh, right? But I didn't because I felt his pain, right? I felt his pain. I wanted to laugh, but I said, you know what, man? This is what you call like the white privilege and stuff like that. You can see like it's going down the drain now, and like how they starting to go haywire because they losing control. They losing control, and their rulership and things ain't going their way no more. And now it's like the scripture says, a house divided can't stand.
Can't stand.
You know what I mean? And it was live when I saw this man breaking down, bro, in my house, all over his family because they beefing over politics.
But then he say this gonna happen. It ain't just the political arena. What did he say? The house gonna be divided because of everything, whether it's the Bible, whether it's politics, everything, brother, on every front. The house gonna be divided because we caught up in the wrong thing. Especially our people. Our people are caught up in the wrong thing. When you tell our people, man, we got to come back to the Bible. Man, ain't nobody trying to hear that, man. We've been praying all these years. God don't listen to us, man. We sick of all that. But you don't want to pray to Yah. You don't want to believe in Yahshua, but you lean on a politician to pass a law and you crying before them. But you won't cry to Yah and Yahshua to come back to them. So
Judah,
you run to man.
That's Tally in the back, she's saying.
Okay, I got
or
you.
whatever, if you ain't see her. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Because I
yeah,
think
I see you. I see you, my sister.
I think that's crazy though, man. Like he was really crying, bro. Like, you know, he looked like he was a little older than me, but he was just talking about how his whole family divided now over politics, and he was like, you know, burn all of it down. Like, I don't care. Like, who cares? They don't care for us anyway. They're gonna do what they want. I said, I've been telling people that for years, and they get mad at us and say, you wrong because it's the person will tell me it's your fault that Trump in the office. I said, I ain't got nothing to do with Trump being in office. I
Huh?
didn't care to vote. Yeah, that's what
How's
they
your
told me at my
fault?
job, bro. They
How's
was
your fault?
attacking me, K Judah, saying it was my fault because Trump was in office. I said, yo, y'all sound stupid and dumb. I said, just like Puffy was going around with the whole vote or die campaign. Bush get back in office, we gonna die. I said, we still here. Still here. And y'all still assaulting people who don't want to have nothing to do with politics. I said, make it make sense. Make it make sense.
Absolutely.
I got nothing to do with no Trump being in office. I didn't vote for that man or none of them. You like she pretty much was telling me I should have voted for whoever he was going against. And I'm like, I didn't have to vote for nobody because if I don't agree with any party, show me where it says I have to cast a vote.
Right. Facts. Facts.
Lesser of two evils. Lesser of two evils. Show me that in the Bible.
Got you.
That's all.
It's crazy, man. But like I said, family, I agree with my sister, Notorious Hebrew. The Most High is stirring up the spirit. He is showing you that you have no one but Him and each other. And I really believe that. That's why we don't get laws passed for us. That's why we don't get grants. We don't get money. We don't get anything, family, because the Lord is trying to show us, I am your source. You, dog, these people don't care about you, man, but we keep leaning on them to pass laws, to give money, to help out in the community. Why would you want these people, the same people that have oppressed you, you think they're going to turn around and help you and bless you? No, it don't work like that. You have to help each other. You have to help each other. Ain't nobody going to help you. These people don't even respect us as a people. Nobody speak for you in the United Nations. So how they gonna help you if nobody don't even speak on your behalf? Nobody do. You are in holes and prison houses. The Bible say nobody go to seek how you doing. Nobody care about you, man. He ain't just saying that. Like he mean that. Because they have showed you they don't care about you. They tell you to stop crying, stop whining, pick yourself up by the bootstrap. Your ancestors been picking themselves up by the bootstraps, and what happened? They get jealous and burn it down.
Mm-hmm.
That's why your celebrities don't help you. They can't help you. They are told not to help you. We got all this money that flow between us and nothing has been built. Nothing. Because they don't want us to help each other. They pass laws for us not to help each other. They pass laws for us not to unify. They hate you. And you love them. It's sad, man. Go ahead, Neftali. Yeah, it's sad, man. I'm gonna play at August Dreams. I got you. I got you, my sister. But let me just finish this.
Perks when they get here and we still here starving. So what we gonna do about it? Are y'all gonna listen to our cries?
You see what I'm saying? This don't got nothing to do with my brothers in Chicago. But did you just hear the elder? Are y'all gonna listen to our cries? No, they not. Why would they listen to your cries? Your ancestors been crying, pleading. They not gonna listen to your cries, elder. You gotta listen to your own people cries and make moves and decisions based on how y'all can help each other.
Right. And that's the problem, K. Judah. We as a people got to come together and say, you know what, we're gonna move as a unit and do what's best for us. That's the problem, man. We ain't worried about what's best for us. We going to them, asking them for stuff. Like we gotta stop asking and do like every other nation did when they got tired of being oppressed and fought. Yeah, some people had to die, but guess what? They got to what they needed to be free. You see what I'm saying?
Right. I'm here to help Israel, family. However I can help my people, that's what I'm here for, family. You know what I'm saying? When your people asking you for help, a lot of time you don't know if they lying or telling the truth, but guess what? I'm going to help you anyway, because if you lying, you got to deal with y'all. You don't got to deal with me. I'm going to do the right thing. I'm going to do right by you and help you, but if you lying, y'all going to deal with you, not me. But then I ain't no dummy now. I ain't finna keep getting burnt, because a lot of time our people, some of y'all scandalous too.
Mm-hmm.
You act like you need help. You don't really need the help. You take the money and then you just do something stupid with it. And then nobody don't want to help you no more. Now you done made it bad for other people. So we got to stop doing that too. If we gonna help each other, let's help each other. And those who don't want to gather together in peace and unity, you got to not deal with them type of people, family. Get them away from you. Because not all of us gonna come together. Let's keep it real. You got to come together with the right individuals, like-minded individuals. You can't come together with negativity. You can't come together with people crying and whining all the time. You got to come together with like-minded individuals. Can two walk together unless they agree? And that don't mean you're going to agree on everything, but you better agree on majority of the stuff that y'all talk about. Then y'all can walk together. But other than that, they're not going to give you nothing, elder. They're not going to do it, man.
Corey Rogers was a Blackstone gang member for years. He drove us around the South Side and showed us areas where he said Trendo, Awagwa, and other criminal gangs are setting up shop, and what he called showing the flag, which means brandishing their weapons in front of like a housing project.
The migrants that are coming, they're taking over every block right now in this area. Right now, you don't see them because they come out at night. They said they took this courtway over probably about last week. He said it was 100 Venezuelans standing out in the front right here.
Terry, is it an abandoned building? How did they just take it over?
They just, when you take over something, you just stand outside, and that's called showing the flag.
What kind of guns?
Semi-automatics, anything you name, you're gonna see it on the street. These boys got so many big guns that if they're 150 pounds, the gun is bigger than them. I swear.
But they know how to handle it, right? They know it. Tell me about.
Go ahead, Shan.
No, I'm saying, damn, that's crazy. He said they got putting up flags saying they took over the territory and they got automatic weapons.
You see that? You see that, Shan? Sham, this by design, though, brother. They, like you just told Elder Quinat, they want that civil unrest, Sham, because it's targeted towards us, brother. Because let's be real, family, this is also spiritual. Because we don't fight against flesh and blood, we fight against principalities. And who is the principality that hate Israel? Hashatan, Satan the devil. The Bible say he gonna come after the woman. So he gonna use everything in his arsenal to come after the woman, because he know he got but a short time, family. This place is finished. And all places worldwide, they are done. They are finished, family. They don't want you to rule. You think they're gonna just hand you the kingdom?
Right.
No, it don't work like that. They're not gonna just hand you anything. That's why they buying a bunch of guns and bullets. But guess what? Those guns and bullets, I've been praying and asking Yah, can you do to them what you did to Edom, the Ammonites, and the Moabites? When they went out to fight against Israel, you made them turn their swords on each other. Can you do that for Israel, Yah? That's my prayer. Let them turn their weapons on each other instead of on your people. And you fight for Israel. That's my prayer for you, family. That they weapons be used against them and not you. And not you. That's enough for this video. I just wanted to show y'all that Naphtali. You ready?
Yes, I am ready, and that was a good video right there. And that's the thing. I need to realize that I'm throwing off the conversation. So I can share that, but like I said, I don't want to take away from the main purpose of this video, which is exposing what these people are doing and what they're bringing. You know, these like I said, with these Hispanics. They said that they were taking over. They said that niggers don't know that it's our turn. And as we see, that is coming into fruition. That is actually taking place.
Did they say niggers? Oh my God, Naphtali, Issachar, Asher, Naphtali, they called us niggers? Because according to the camps, they're my brothers.
No, they called us niggers. They didn't say niggas. They said niggers.
Oh, okay.
Don't know. And this was actually under a what was that? I think it was a boxing video that I think, you know, it was some stuff was going on with some boxers, some racists.
Right.
It's one guy. He said that black people are called us apes and monkeys and all kind of stuff. So under that under that video, which I said is about 5-6 years old, we screenshotted that because we kept it because we knew that it was going to be a time where this was going to come. You know what I'm saying? Come on time, and it's here and on topic. So we see it now. Like I said about the Canaanites, guys. I brought it up because this is also prophecy. This is prophetic that these
Mm-hmm.
people, which makes us more Israel. This right here with the Canaanites being these people makes it more proof that we are the Israelites and that what happens in the Bible is actually taking place as well. Like you guys says, the Most High is the one that's bringing this down upon these people. Their time is up. They
Yep.
had a time. They had an opportunity, like it said in Judges 3. It said that he was going to judge us and see how we were going to how we were going to respond to them and
Right.
react to them, and we
Right.
failed. Our ancestors failed miserably several times. And my brother Yavin's going to be doing a video on my channel next Friday
Yeah, I
breaking down
can't
the
wait. I
Amorites.
cannot wait.
And then
Cannot
I
wait.
got one that I'm getting ready to do on Babylon. It's not going to be a live, it's going to be an actual video. But
Okay.
like I said, I said I was going to share that with you guys, and I'm going to share it right now. However, don't worry, I'm not going to go in all deep and stuff like that. I just wanted to showcase the
Okay.
prophecy that was taking place. And then we can get back into what you guys were talking about because I didn't know anything about this. I didn't know that, they were over there in Chicago uh, doing all this craziness, running amok like that. Here in St. Louis, we have a population of the Indians. I'm
Mm-hmm.
starting to see a lot of the Indians here, and they're when I had pulled up one time, it was like a hotel, like a motel, and it was a gang of them all sitting outside all together, all outside in this. It was like a low budget motel, and they all was just in there. And I was like, wow, they just brought these people in and they moved them into this motel. And then it was like a woman outside with her kids. She had a sign and she was begging, looking for money. And I was like, why are they over here when they can't even afford to be here? So we have an Indian, and the thing about them is that they are a community. They stick together.
Mm-hmm.
At my job, um, us black folks, when I'm at work, when I'm at work, I sit by myself. Or it's a couple of us at a table, but when they're there, the whole table is all them. They all sit together, they all eat together, and they're all a community.
Right.
So let's see.
That's why I say I stopped being it, man. Once I found out the truth that I was an Israelite, man, you can't get me to I go out my way. I don't want to argue with my own people. I don't want to get into it with a Negro. I am not your enemy, man. I am not here to be arguing and fighting and fussing and swinging on my own brothers. Them days is over with. You did that when you was young, man. I'm just here to help my people any way I can, man. And our
That's
people need to get the mind. We need to raise up our frequency. We are not each other's enemy, man. I don't understand why when we get around each other, the anger flabs so high, the animosity is so thick, and we don't even know each other. Like, why? Like, just cut it out, man. We are grown, man. We don't like put away the childish things, man. The childish conversation, the animosity, the hate, the bit. Like, cut that stuff out, man. Your own brothers and sisters are not your enemy. Y'all unaliving each other for what? What you getting out of that? Then y'all be laughing and hee-heeing and ha-ha. Boy, this stuff is not, no, this ain't no joke what we facing, man. These people are going to come and try to destroy Israel, but it's not going to work. But they're going to try. They're going to try, family. It's just not going to work, but they're going to try, though. I got you, Neftali. Let me move this. There you go.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much for
No
doing
problem.
that. Guys,
All
you
right.
know, I just wanted to give you guys a little taste. And this is it. Is the screen big enough? Is it large enough for you to see?
If you want to Naphtali, just bring it in some. You know how you
Oh,
do the them three dots where you bring it like 150, 200, you know what I'm talking about?
okay, let's see.
Okay.
Can you said the three dots? Bring it in.
Yeah, over there at the top of your computer, there's three dots. There you go. There you go. You got it. You got it.
All right, here we go.
All right, there you go.
All right, guys. So right here, oops. God dang it, how did I do that? 1 second. I am not prepared for this. I don't know why I even mentioned it. All right, so here we go, guys. So here's Babylon right here. We're in the Encyclopedia Britannica, and it tells you the history. It says through traces. Let me zoom this in right there. It says through traces of prehistoric settlement exists, Babylon's development as a major city was late by Mesopotamian
Naphtali. Yeah, it's breaking up, my sister.
central center. It became
Okay.
the nucleus. It's breaking up.
No,
Can you
no,
hear
no.
me
Go
now?
ahead. Go ahead. We can hear you now. There you go. Let me go on mute. Go
All
ahead.
right, thank you. All right. It says after the fall of the third dynasty of Ur, under which Babylon had been a provincial center, it became the nucleus of a small kingdom established in 1894 BCE by the Amorite king Sumabum, Sumuabum, whose successor consolidated its status. The sixth and best known of the Amorite dynasty, Hammurabi. So right here, when we look at the history of Babylon, it tells you right here that Babylon was established by the Amorite Canaanites. And if you see here, the Hittites actually raided Babylon and they actually ruled in Babylon as well. So the Canaanites had control. Now we know the Assyrians came in, we know the Elamites came in. However, the Babylonians were all Amorite, Canaanites, Hittites. And right here we see Hammurabi, who was a king of, like Sharshem had mentioned, Hammurabi. Hammurabi was the one that established the law. And and he was a really huge figure within history, and he was actually an Amorite himself. So I just wanted to mention that. I don't want to, take this conversation somewhere else, but I just wanted to make sure that everybody understood that what we're up against with Babylon the Great is also what we see within Judges. The Most High was judging us by these people, and these people are elevated. They were supposed to be the servants of servants, but what happened is that the head became the tail and the tail became the head. So
Right.
I just wanted to, showcase how these people that were supposed to be our servants are now the ones that are elevated, and now we're the ones that are serving them. However, their time is running out, and it's our time, and we're getting ready to get back. So,
Absolutely.
and also I just wanted to talk about really quick. I had made mention of the fertility rate. Their fertility rate has dropped significantly. 50%. Their fertility rate is not even their replacement anymore. So they're not even their replacement. So what that means is when more are dying than more are being born. So the Most High is not playing. He's not playing with these people, and so that means that our fertility rate is we're still, as you see, a lot of us, our women are out here having 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 kids. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So
Right.
we're
Right.
having children. We don't have that problem. Now we do have our other problems, but as far as being here, the Most High is making sure He secures our population, their population. Matter of fact, I think over there, what was that, Japan? They say they're paying black men to come over there to get their women
Absolutely.
pregnant.
Facts.
Did
I
you hear
saw that.
about that?
Yeah, I heard about that. They want to pay our brothers to go over there and impregnate them.
Yes,
And
because
you know
they're
why they doing that, Naphtali? Because, like I keep saying, they are trying to have babies by our men. So when the seed grow up, they're gonna teach that seed their culture, their language, and have the child, whether it's a boy or girl, marry back into their family to wipe out that seed.
that's it. And then a lot of people say, now I know they say the black gene is dominant, but when you look at these mixed kids, They looking more like them than they do us. You know what I'm saying? Their
Absolutely.
skin
Fact.
tone, their hair texture,
Fact.
all of that. So about two, like you said, they have a child by our men, and then that child has a child by one of their men. That child automatically is going to look Asian. It's not even going to look like it has any black in them. So
Absolutely.
they're trying to fight against it. They're doing everything they can in their power. But you know, hey, the tables have turned. But I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys get it back. But I just wanted to
Hey,
make sure
thank
I
you for
shared
sharing
that.
your knowledge and your wisdom too, Neftali.
Thank
Thank you.
you for giving me the opportunity to come on here and share
Anytime.
it.
Anytime, my
And
sister.
Definitely.
Anytime.
I'm gonna like I said, I'm going to be doing a video breaking it down much more thoroughly and actually, you know, trying to make it fun and entertaining. So, guys, check me out. But like I said, let's get back to these people, because I'm learning too. I'm sitting over here like, wow, I didn't know half of this stuff was going on, especially with these people in Chicago. So I'm gonna
Yeah.
go ahead and let you guys get back to it.
All right, my sisters. Thank you. August Dreams, I got you right now. Sharsham, is there anything you want to add about what's going on in Chicago? Before I play my sister August Dreams video, my brother.
No, I just want to tell people like that's not the only place that's happening at. California,
Right, right.
DC, you know, it's probably not as worse yet with as far as them taking over blocks and putting up flags and guns. But trust me, it's
Right.
definitely gonna come to a neighborhood near you if they doing it there.
Absolutely.
You know.
Facts. Facts. Okay, family. Thank you, August Dreams, for the videos too. Let me play this for my sister, y'all. Hold on. All right, here we go. Here we go.
Whether it's sales tax on services, whether it's looking at our enterprise zone parameters, whether it's looking and declaring additional TIF surplus, everything is on the table.
Chicago's facing a new round of money troubles. This time it's looking at a roughly $982 million budget deficit for next year.
The major shortfall creating concerns for property owners.
WGN's Dana Rebick joins us live with reaction. Dana.
Well, this is big sticker shock for Chicago residents hearing about this budget shortfall. Today, it is nearly double what last year's fiscal year projections were, and residents now concerned about how the city will need to close the gap.
I hope for the best, but I prepare for the worst. That's really basically all you can do.
Chicago resident Kathy Villanueva braces each time the city's budget projections are released. This time, there is a $982 million shortfall for 2025.
$1 billion it's a scary number, but it's a manageable number, I think.
The budget gap attributed to a number of factors: a reduction in corporate revenue tax, a $175 million pension payment to Chicago public schools, increased labor costs, and $150 million to continue supporting new arrivals.
I think in many ways that is the biggest question mark surrounding the budget forecast that was released just today. You know, the city, by all indications, has spent somewhere in the neighborhood of about $500 million on the mission, really, since the number of arrivals really ramped up in 2022.
Mayor Brandon Johnson promised during his campaign he would not raise property taxes to balance the budget. Now residents worried how the city will close the gap.
I don't think he's going to have much of a choice. I mean, because besides, we have the deficit with the city, we have CPS needing more money. The money's going to have to come from somewhere. And unfortunately, it usually comes from the homeowners.
I moved from Indiana to here. I'm going back to Indiana.
Y'all see that? The Bible say that everybody will return back to the place in which they was born. The Bible say everybody will go back to their own land. The Bible say everybody will go back to their own land. This is why we don't have the time to be fighting each other, slaughtering each other. Your own brothers and sisters is not your enemy. You have way far more enemies than you sitting up here want to slaughter your own kind. You have people that sit around round tables every single day, how to destroy you, how to poison you. And you Negroes out here he-hen and hi-hin on Facebook and videos, how you're slaughtering each other, peeing on each other's graves. Even the elder people, like, I'm just keeping it real. The elders, like our elders, man, Lord, Jesus help y'all. Y'all so gone in y'all mind. Y'all sitting up here talking about, I don't know what Bible you read, but that ain't the Bible that it's the same Bible. Well, now my scriptures don't say that. Baby, I don't care about no being Israel. I know Jesus loved me. Y'all dropped the ball a long time ago. And that's why the younger generation, they don't want to know nothing about y'all, because the parents stopped teaching their kids the Bible. You stop teaching your kids the fear of the Lord. So now they don't fear you. They hitting you upside the head. You can't sit on your porch. They killing you. They shooting you. They robbing you. Guess why? Because these kids don't have no fear of y'all. We supposed to teach our kids from the time they get up to the time they lay down. When we walking, when we talking, when we shopping, you supposed to let your kids know the fear of Yah, the fear of Yahshua HaMashiach. But they don't know that no more. Your child don't even want to know nothing about the Bible. You ask a child, hey, have you ever read the Bible? No. Do you know the 10 Commandments? Can you quote one scripture? No. We in trouble. And not the kind of trouble to where the Lord ain't gonna fight for you. I'm talking about, boy, we in spiritually, we in that type of trouble. Everybody falling away from the Bible now. They becoming atheists and saying God not real. Well, he's not a God, but saying that Yah is not real, Yahshua is not real. Throw the Bible away. It's a made up book. Man wrote it down and blah blah blah. We in trouble spiritually. So that's why I'm saying, stop crying to man and cry to Yah. Have faith in Yahshua. Man ain't gonna never help you. He ain't stronger than Yah. Separate yourself from the daughter of Babylon and separate yourself from our religion. Religion have held you down and destroyed you. Now y'all fighting over religion. He a Christian, you a Muslim. Now y'all fighting each other, arguing over religion. Arguing over Michael Jordan and LeBron James, who the best. Man, none of them Negroes don't care about you. Who care who the best? Anything y'all want to add? Anything you want to say, Sham? Neftali? This don't make no sense, man.
Yeah, like I said, I agree 100%. You know, people really lost their faith at this time, and we
Yeah,
gotta go back to the Father. That's the
yeah.
only way it's gonna work, because once things start turning up in these streets out here, hey Judah, people gonna get worried. They're gonna get bro. They're gonna be
Yeah,
calling saying, "Oh, what should we do?" And we gonna like, "Well, we told y'all months and months ago. You
yep.
know how to prepare yourself. You know, and not to be mean or anything, man, but a time like this, sometimes you can't be sympathetic for people, because these people
Yeah,
don't care, man. These people be ruthless out here. They're gonna be worrying about feeding their children. They
yeah.
don't care who they're gonna kill, rape, harm, or hurt.
True.
You know,
It's
when
true,
things get
brother.
bad, you gotta.
True.
I ain't saying be heartless, but I'm just saying you gotta move with wisdom,
Yeah.
because if somebody know what you got in your house, and you know the stores is picked clean. Because I remember years ago we was going to the markets cage, and it was hardly nothing on them shelves. You know what I mean? But it wasn't crazy where no food wasn't coming. Imagine you going through the market and you look down the aisle and you got like 3 cans of this, 2 cans of that. You know what I mean? You just
Right.
getting the last of whatever's left, and the cans is beat up and broken, and some stuff is open. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like y'all not really ready for that. But your mind got to be prepared. Something different mentally. Remember the other video we went over when they was talking about World War III? What did they say? One hot meal a day.
One hot meal a day.
One hot meal a day.
Yep.
That's all I'm saying, family. You gotta just prepare yourself, and don't be ignorant. That's all.
Yeah, the Hoosiers don't like this.
The mayor did not comment on whether he would go back on his promise, saying, quote, sacrifices will be made. Johnson considering a hiring freeze and reductions in the city's workforce as options.
They'll have to do many of the things they did last time, look at some spending efficiencies, potentially look at suspending some capital projects.
Residents not envying the decisions the mayor and city leaders must make.
Honestly, I hate doing it. So, my budget's a lot smaller. So I'm sure he's going to have some sleepless nights.
Mayor Johnson says he does want.
So there you go, family. Thank my sister August Dreams for that video. But the video that I'm about to show y'all now, I'm telling y'all, family, they didn't already kill the president of Hezbollah. They dropped bomb on him. He dead, family. Israeli government dropped a bomb on that man. He finished. He done. He dead. So war is already happening, family, but it's going to escalate. See, that's the thing people have to understand. Russia and Ukraine, what's going on in Israel, the government, the state of so-called Israel, they going to war. Guess what? This is all the birth pains until it escalates to full out-blown World War III. That's when all hell gonna break loose. When the man of sin is revealed, all hell gonna break loose on earth. Because Hashatan will be coming after the woman. And the woman is Israel. But who do he use? He gonna use the man of sin. But all you have to do is have faith. That's it, K. Judah. That's it. You better go read the scriptures. Hebrews chapter 11. And it tell you the faith of your fathers. They had faith, man. Abraham had faith. Moses had faith. Joseph had faith. Joseph was in prison for 13 years. He never lost faith. He became the second ruler of Egypt. He saved Egypt, taught him wisdom. Sarah had faith, even though she laughed a little bit. Abraham, they laughed a little bit. They chuckled. I'm going to have a baby at an old age. Then he give them the baby in that old age. It is nothing that Yah and Yahshua cannot do. So if you pray for your nation, if you pray for him to protect this nation, protect your household, by your faith, it will be done. Didn't he tell them that in the New Testament? By your faith, let your child be healed. By your faith, he always say, let it be done according to your faith. Not his faith, your own faith. So watch this though. It ain't nothing. Y'all ain't seen nothing yet. Let's see what's going on right here. So while all the world is fighting over Kamala Harris, Donald Trump, look what's going on in the world. Hold up. Let's see what's going on. Y'all saw this? This going on in the world.
We currently have, we believe we have 5 helicopters en route. There's 2 here currently from the state of Virginia or Commonwealth of Virginia, and they're currently taking patients and staff off of the roof of the hospital and then transporting them back into the city of Irwin where they're unloaded and then, of course, brought back so they can get as many people off as possible. This is a once-in-a-lifetime storm for sure. I've been monitoring the whitewater site, monitoring the CFS, which is cubic feet per second, and how us whitewater people would measure the water. And we believe that it broke at over 93,000 CFS. This is unprecedented. We were definitely expecting, the 60,000 CFS, which was projected from NOAA. But at 93,000, it broke, and other whitewater people here with me, we're guessing that we're well over 100,000 CFS, which is cubic feet per second.
So y'all see this? What did Yah and Yahshua say in the scriptures? What did he tell you to do, Israel, while all these disasters are happening? This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 26 and verse 20. Come, my people, enter into thy chambers and shut thy doors about thee, and hide thyself, as it were for a little moment, until the indignation be overpassed. What else did he tell you, Israel? He say, I will visit the world for its evil. I will visit the world for its evil. Come on, family. This is our book. Isaiah 13, verse 11. And I will punish the world for its evil, and the wicked for their iniquity. And I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease. And I will lay the haughtiness of the terrible. He gonna lay you low. So all these plagues, all these disasters, you got people talking about, I can't believe God will bring tsunamis and bring disasters and cause kids to die. Boy, y'all just don't know Yah. Yah ain't causing nobody to die. Guess who causing people to die? Man. The Bible say I made man upright, but man had many inventions. He wanted to do his own thing. So stop blaming Yah for the wickedness of man. Man is the one that's destroying the world. Man is the one that plagued you with certain diseases and medication, and yeah, he do that. Pausing your food, pausing your water. You gonna blame Yah for that? That's man's doing, not Yah and Yahshua. Anything y'all want to add?
Yeah, I definitely agree. And with that stuff going on, family, you gotta close that door and hide from that stuff. But you also might got, like I said, fight in the process. Because, we see y'all see what's going on down in Florida. This guy was in a canoe cage, just sitting inside his house, floating in a canoe in his house. That's how high the water was up, you know. So we just got to be safe out here, and prepare for the worst, and stay prayed up, keep our faith.
That's true. I agree with you, and thanks for sharing this with me because I knew that Florida had a hurricane, but I didn't know how much it impacted over there in Tennessee. I'm not too far away from Tennessee. I'm about 3 hours from Memphis. So yeah, thanks for sharing that with me. Like you guys said, don't blame the Most High for this. This isn't his works. This is the works of man.
Yep.
And we do have to prepare. When with the flooding though, how would you guys prepare with the flooding though? How would you guys overcome that? I'm interested.
I'm gonna be honest
I mean,
with you.
well,
Oh no, go ahead, Sham. You got it.
no, I wait. Go ahead.
I just wanted to tell my sister, a lot of times, Naphtali, they don't need much be telling people until this stuff that already hit the fan. Like the last one we had down here in Houston, Texas, or I just say Texas. Well, nobody knew that hurricane was about to happen. So a lot of people didn't really go to the stores until after it was already disaster then hit. So a lot of people was out of power for 2 weeks. Me and Yavin, we went through it down here, but we didn't know that was about to happen. So to be honest with you, I just prepared the best way I could. So I got a cooler. I bought some sandwiches and lunch meat, put some ice in the cooler, bought some drinks, and that's how we was able to eat each and every day. Got some gas, but there was long lines wrapped around the street because nobody knew this was about to happen. So these people wasn't allowed to be able to prepare. So if somebody know ahead of time, then it's easy to prepare because it's coming. But if you don't know it's coming, man, it's very difficult. I mean, people was arguing at the gas station. People was tripping over the food. They ran out of food. Nothing was on the shelf. Like I'm telling y'all, when this just full blown no food, He that is sane and her will become unsane if they don't have no faith. And the unsane they're going to become more unsane. The only way you're going to survive this if you've been building up yourself by that strong foundation, which is Yahshua and the Most High. You can't just wake up and say, yeah, I'm going to get prepared today. No, you got to build yourself up for what's about to come. This is nothing we have never faced before. Go ahead, Shem.
Well, for me, where I live at, we have flooding when it rain heavy, but not the way it is down there. So I can't be honest and say I would know how to prepare for something like that because of our location. Um, I would say that. But for me, I would say if I lived in those areas, I probably would get up out of those areas where I know that that kind of disaster ain't going to hurt us. But to those who are living in that situation and living in areas like that, I would say, get some sandbags and try to make it as, the best way as possible so you won't have the water flooding in your house. Have a water pump or something that could suck up water or pump water out. Make sure you have a generator or not even like some type of mechanism where you can use, you know what I'm saying, KG,
Right.
to get some type of power so you can suck water out. That would be my only solution for those who's in that situation. Or if you know something coming like that, leave town. I mean, yeah, you might have to leave your house, man. Yeah, your house gonna take damage, but to keep the family safe, if you can leave town or go to a friend house, cousin house, or brother or sister house, I would just leave. That's the only thing I can say about that. I mean, there's really no true explanation on how you can prepare for flooding and water because it's really nothing you can do about it. I mean, as far as I can see in that situation,
What about
but
the
whether
food? As far as the food and water, you think that's about it, huh? As far as the food and water, because you might lose your power.
right, food and water, like I said, I always teach preparedness on that. That's
Right,
something
right.
that we should always be ready for. Always have food, always have water, no matter what the situation.
Absolutely, absolutely.
As far as the water, I can't tell you really, as far as how to stop the flooding, or but food and water, we should already be prepped for that. That's why we've been teaching that for years. Okay, they know that we've been saying that for years. Already have
Right.
food on standby, no matter what.
Hey,
Have your emergency stash in your basement full of dry goods inside of containers and everything, non-perishable food, canned goods. Already have that. That's for emergencies. Saying okay, when all hell break loose and everything hit the fan, you shouldn't have to run out to the store because you should already have that stash in your house. Okay? So that should already be prepared. Everything else upstairs, you should already have a pantry full of food in case anything happened. Whereas it ain't like, we ain't talking about Jacob's trouble, just something happened and your house is upstairs. I got a whole pantry in my house upstairs where all
right,
that's full of candles and all types of stuff. I don't even have to hit my emergency stash in case something go crazy
right.
because
Fact.
I already have everything upstairs in my house. So we should already be prepared. Now I know some people want fixed incomes and things like that. And but like I tell everybody, well, even if you want a fixed income or whatever, you can still take a little when you go to buy your food, buy extra and just save them. You don't have to use them right away. Just save them. That's what I tell everybody. Buy a few extra cans, put them under the shelf, or because it all builds up over time. So doing something is better than doing nothing.
Yeah,
But for anything, family, already be prepared for the worst. But things go on now where stuff happen and the power go out. We gotta find other resources. So and my thing is don't rely on refrigerated food either. Try to buy more dry food or food that you can reperish yourself. That's what I tell everybody. So, but as
absolutely.
far as the flood and stuff, I don't really know how to tell nobody about the water. Because like I
Right.
said, I never dealt with them before. I'm just being honest. I would be a liar to sit here and act like I know what's the best way to defend off that. My thing is going to tell you, run away from it. Go to somebody else's house.
I hear you.
Right.
I hear
Right.
you. But thanks for the feedback because, I'm glad you guys had this video because it's actually motivating myself and my husband now. We looking at things because, I'm gonna be honest. I haven't really been paying that close to attention to what's been going on. So now that I'm looking at this, I'm like, okay, well, shoot. I've always had the mindset of getting out of St. Louis, moving somewhere else in the
Right.
United
Right.
States. I was actually looking to go to I was actually looking to go to Texas, right? I was looking at Houston, but I see you got a lot of these people from California going over there, and you guys got all
Yeah.
these Hispanics. So,
Yeah.
and then I was,
To be
go
honest
ahead.
with you, to be honest with you, Neftali, it's not as people seem. You know, Texas is like their own little country. So they send a lot of them people out of here. You know, we don't have the Venezuela problem. I'll never forget, a brother just did a video and he told the Venezuelans, come down here and try to do what y'all doing in other places and watch what happened. And I understood what he was saying because my family from Louisiana, right? So when they came down here, because I've been here all my life, but when they came down here from New Orleans, they came down here beating on their chest with that macho stuff. And boy, they got act right real quick. Now they get along with the people down here, but boy, hey, it was bloodshed everywhere because the New Orleans people try to come down here and do what they was doing in New Orleans. And they weren't having it down here in Houston, Texas. So that's why that brother was saying, come down here and try what y'all doing in other places, because down here is open carry. Everybody got a gun, Neftali. And I'm talking about you can ride around with an AK, you can ride around with an AR-15, you can ride around with a shotgun, and guess where it could be sitting at? By your leg while you driving. Everybody got guns. I mean, they actually got guns on their body. They had to take the sign down at my job because now you can have a gun. You can go in the store with a gun now. You couldn't do that at first. You couldn't. They had a big sign on the window when you go in the grocery store. No guns allowed. Guess what? They don't got that sign no more. So people got guns on their body now. They walk around with guns. They drive with guns. So you don't really see what them Venezuelans doing in other places. That haven't happened down here yet. Because I'm telling y'all, there's going to be a lot of bloodshed.
So you guys are getting them. You guys are shipping them out as fast as they're coming in. Is that what you're saying?
Okay, you remember when they was coming over the border and Texas was putting them on buses and sending them out of here. They were sending them to New York, Chicago. Yeah, they got them up out of here. That was all on the news too.
Yeah,
They
you're
did
right
not let
about
them stay
that.
here. They did not let them. They told them they gotta go. They sent the National Guard to the border and shut that down. Had buses waiting on them. Get on the bus. You gotta go. You ain't coming in here.
Okay. So they were coming in through Texas, and then I have seen that in New York where they have them staying at these 5-star hotels, and they're just live like I said in St. Louis. I'm seeing a lot of the Indians, and I see them. They must be shipping them over here to these what would you call them? These little Motel 6s and things like that. And so they must be shipping them from Texas out here to St. Louis and to these other states. So
Now,
that's
Tyler, you don't remember the video we showed of the guy in New York? That he was the same people as them, and he was talking about how they need to go back and how they was bringing the hotel down, and the hotel was going to collapse. How they were sneaking alcohol in the place with their children and drugs and domestic violence they was having. Man, Elder Quinal played that video on our channel, remember? And he
yeah, I
was talking
remember
about
that.
how it's making them look bad. Yeah, in New York. That was crazy down there by Times Square. Talking about how the crime rate went up.
Wow, that's terrible. My brother, he lives in New York, and I haven't really talked to him about it, but I'm gonna see how he feels about this influx of these people coming into his city, because like I said, I'm starting, like you said, seeing, like Elder Quinat saying, seeing these mopeds. I actually saw one yesterday. And so I'm like, who is this? Who is this riding on this? So I get it. And I was at Walmart, and I'm starting to see a lot of Hispanics. So I don't want to say that I'm not a racist, but what I am is that I'm not used to being around these different people, and it
Right,
makes me
right,
feel uncomfortable.
right.
So I'm trying to think about what do I need to do to, I guess become accustomed to them, because I see that they're getting ready to make a home here in our
Right.
country. So, but like you said, Sharsham, we all need to start preparing, saving up food, the one meal a day. Excuse my phone ringing.
They don't walk around out of here like that, family. I've been here 43 years. I don't see no Venezuelans. I don't see these people just taking over nothing. I'm just keeping it real with y'all. It's not on the news because these people not going for that, bro. I'm telling y'all, when people from New Orleans came down here during Hurricane Katrina, man, it was bad. I'm talking about it was bloodshed every day. And now they get along now because they realize you couldn't just come here and bully these people, man. Because that's all the Venezuela is doing. They're trying to bully people, take over the certain territories. But that's not going to happen. That's not going to go down the way they think it'll go down. Because I'm going to tell y'all something. Let me tell you how it is in Houston. I don't know how it is in other states. If a Mexican grew up with blacks and they run into some other Mexicans, guess whose side the Mexicans going to be on? Them black people side they grew up with. The only time you see Mexicans that ride with other Mexicans is when they not born here, when they coming from across the border. If Mexicans are already around blacks, grew up with blacks, they gonna ride with the blacks. I didn't see it too many times in my life. They will fight against their own other Mexican on the side of the blacks because that's who they grew up with. So if them Venezuelans come down here and you have Mexicans that's already in neighborhoods with blacks, they gonna go against the Venezuelans because they gonna look at them like, man, you ain't my people. Because we know all Hispanics and Mexicans and Venezuelans and Latin, they not all the same. So they're not gonna look at them like, hey, that's my brother. Let me go on this side. No, they don't do that over here. They gonna ride with whoever they grew up with. And I done seen it too many times in my life. Gold teeth in their mouth, Michael Jordan tennis shoes, driving the same cars that their partners drive, gold teeth in their mouth, diamond braids in their hair with their partners. A dude did a video not too long ago. He was breaking down how it is that if Mexicans grew up with blacks, they're going to ride with their partners. They're not going to go on the side with other Mexicans unless they grew up with them Mexicans coming from across the border with them Mexicans or, yeah, but no, they don't do that down here. A Mexican to jump on me with another black, and I'm the black's brother, but they'll both jump on me, and that's my brother. He'll help the Mexican because that's his partner. He wouldn't help me. He wouldn't say, "No, hey, bro, that's my brother over here. Let me go on this side." No, he not. They will both jump me, and me and this nigga brothers. He gonna help his partner. It's just the way it is, family. That's who he grew up with. He gonna ride with him. Not gonna ride with me just because we got the same skin color. And a Mexican not gonna ride with another Mexican just because they got the same skin color. It all depends on where they grew up at. But in certain places, Mexicans gonna ride with Mexicans. And blacks gonna ride with blacks. But in Houston, it's a little different, family. It's a little different. They lingo is just like blacks. They talk like blacks. They drive cars like blacks. They dress like blacks. They hood like blacks. Everything is, that's their partners. That's who they grew up with. So there's no difference in their mind. 5 blacks will jump you with 5 Mexicans. If you got 5 blacks jumping on 3 blacks and 2 Mexicans, guess what? The 3 blacks gonna help the 2 Mexicans because that's their partner. And they'll all jump on the 5 blacks, even though the 5 blacks with the 3 blacks are brothers. They're not gonna say, man, no, let's not do this, man. We brothers. They're not gonna do that. The 3 blacks with the 2 Mexicans gonna jump you. That's just the way it is in Houston, man.
Yeah, I definitely agree, K Judah. I definitely agree. We gotta, stick to your, stick to our own and help out people. So
facts. Yo, like not Sham, MS-13, they don't mess with blacks. People that's like Guatemalans, and look at what I'm telling y'all. I said the people that's born here, they gotta be born here and they gotta have been raised with blacks. But if Guatemalans or MS-13s, they don't deal with blacks. The Mexicans that grew up with blacks is gonna help the blacks, and the blacks gonna help them. That's just the way it is in Houston, family. I'm telling you what I know. I didn't see blacks and Mexicans jump on all blacks. Straight up. And I didn't see 10 Mexicans fighting against Mexicans and blacks. And guess who the Mexicans was helping? They was beating up the Mexicans. with the blacks. Because they didn't know them Mexicans. They knew their partners. And this is who they grew up with. So they going to ride with their partners. But MS-13, they don't deal with no blacks.
They had another gang that Mexicans was robbing MS-13. They was trying to destroy them. Because they didn't have permission to do it. I forgot the name of it. I saw a documentary on it. They said it was long time rivals of MS-13. Pretty much another Mexican gang.
Right.
That was coming in. But yeah, it's a lot. But we gotta be careful out here, family. Gotta be
You really
careful.
do.
And like I said, I hope everybody preparing.
Yeah.
So, and even if you don't have a weapon, get something. Because these people, like, I don't know if y'all recently saw the 11-year-old boy that was trying to shoot up like 3 schools and had a hit list. Did you see that, K. Judah?
I didn't even
Little
get to
boy,
see
11
it.
years.
I didn't see
Yeah,
it.
little boy, 11 years old, man. He had so many guns, y'all. So many different type of knives, hunting knives, samurai swords. Did you see that, Natalie? He was going to shoot up 3 schools. He's an 11-year-old white boy.
I haven't heard of this. No.
Wow.
Yeah. Dang, K. Judah, see, can you put it?
Where is this at? Where is this at?
I forgot. I had just saw. I was watching
I'm about to
everything on
look it up
TikTok.
right
Like,
now. I got you.
yeah, you'll see the picture, right? I want you to pull it up because they showing his face because they said we don't care no more. We're gonna show these kids' faces. To shame the parents because they were like, this little boy had a hit list. He had so many guns, y'all, and so many different type of knives and samurai swords and all that stuff. He had a whole hit list of the people he was going to kill. The little boy only 11. Now ask yourself this: these kids ain't playing. Even these children out here is going crazy. They show one girl, I think she was like 14, shot her mother in the face 3 times. 3 times. Killed her mom. Shot her in the face. Because we was at my job talking about it. And I said, yo, you have to ask yourself, what happened to you? Or what did your parents do to you to be so hateful where you'll shoot your mother in the face 3 times? 3 times. That's crazy.
Wow, that is crazy. That's sad, to hear that. But here in St. Louis, we have the opposite problem. Well, I wouldn't say opposite. The thing is that our people just want to continue to kill each other. I'm tired. It's just the thing is that that's just the way it is here. You have to really watch your back. And now they're starting to steal cars and rob people. That's something that we didn't have a car theft problem. Out of all the problems, we didn't have that problem, but now we're starting to have that. And we don't have rape. So things about St. Louis is we don't have rape and we don't have car theft. But now we're starting to get car theft. We don't have the rape, but we're starting to get the car theft. And a guy was working on his car and he was minding his own business, and 2 guys walked up on him and was trying to rob him and steal his car, and he ended up shooting them, and they were shooting each other, and then the mom was standing at the door and she ended up getting shot and killed. So it's just, and I feel like I knew her, and it's just the thing is, like, my people right now, there's really nothing too much going on. But when things start to get, serious, if something, an event starts to take place, what are they going to do? Are we going to start to band? Are we going to link together? Are we going to actually be able to build? Because here in St. Louis, we don't have that community aspect of things. We don't have it. But
That's him.
that's him right
Yep.
there.
Yep. Wait till you see the boy weapon collection. He 11 years old, had a hit list.
I have 11-year-old, and I can't imagine him doing anything like this. This is crazy.
Yep. See, yep. They gonna show you all his weapons he had. They confiscated from him. He had a hit list of the kids he was going to kill from certain schools.
This is sad.
All right, sir. Careful as you can. You're gonna be walking over here to the gate over here. All right. Slow and steady. What you here for today? Put that foot down. Let me get the other foot. All right, come on in here. Have a seat in the cell. We're going to gather up some paperwork and get things started for you.
you have any questions? All right.
What we're going to start doing Monday is, since parents, you don't want to raise your kids, I'm going to start raising them. Every time we make an arrest, your kid's photo is going to be put out there. And if I could do it, I'm going to perp walk your kid so that everybody can see what your kid's up to.
Now, did y'all see all that stuff he had? Why a boy that age possessing weapons like that? This boy I ain't even got a samurai sword. You know what I mean, K. Judah? He got going samurai swords and what you call them things you throw, them ninjas be throwing. That's crazy.
Ninja
What the
stars,
11?
stuff like that.
Yeah. What the heck? Come on, man. Your parents is buying him this. His parents is buying him this stuff. What the hell he need ninja stars for? And samurai knives. That's crazy.
I have to add more to it. The thing is that yes, he doesn't need any of those the weaponry, but a lot of kids don't need to be playing any of these games and also watching a lot of these movies. You know what I'm saying? Because it's motivating them and inspiring them, and
Mm-hmm.
getting them to get out here and start harming people. What happened to Mario Kart, Mario Brothers? People out here, kids out here playing all these first person shooters, and they tell you they're supposed to be for 17 and older. So
Right.
so yeah, I'm all for it. If my son's going to have a samurai sword, it's not going to be real. That's just number one. That's crazy.
Yeah, he got samurai swords, ninja stars. Like, man, like, come on, yo.
I told my kids when they was
That's
young.
crazy.
I told my kids when they was young. I did everything when y'all was young, as far as putting that iron to their behind, and now I don't got to do it no more. There you go. You do it while they young. I put the fear of y'all in my kids when they was young, bro. My son was reading the
Mm-hmm.
Bible at 3 years old. I taught my kids the commandments. I taught them about Yah and Yahshua. I told them about honor your mother and your father. I told them that y'all ain't nothing to play with. Like, man, I tell my kids the truth. They don't like they understand that Yah and Yahshua is nothing to play with. So even if your kids, if they grow up and they start trying to venture off to other things, they'll make their way back. Your job was to instill it in them. Once they get grown, hey, they gotta find their own path and they gotta stay on that path. You did your job. So if your child want to say, I don't believe in the Bible no more, that ain't got nothing to do with you. You did your job. But a lot of parents, you don't teach your children the law, statutes, and commandments and the fear of Yah. So your child is growing up hitting you upside the head and punching you in your face, cursing you out because they don't fear nothing. They don't fear you. They don't fear Yah. My mama told me,
Right.
if you ever raise your hand up to me, I'll kill you where you stand. Man, that scared me, bro. I ain't never think about raising my hand at her, but I guess she just wanted to put it in my mind. If you ever think about
Right.
it, you gone, partner. Straight
Right.
up. That's what she told me. You done. I'll kill you. And she wasn't playing. My mama knew how to make the bullets jump out the gun. She used to do some stuff. Bullets be flying out the thing. I'd be like, man, how is she doing that? So seeing that, I didn't want to get shot. Look at this, Sham. My sister August Dreams gave me this video because it's showing the weapons a little more.
Yeah.
Look,
The
here we
scripture
go.
says about how the kids are going to become monsters.
Yeah, sure did.
One of our schools, and this time they say an 11-year-old is responsible. The Volusia County Sheriff's Office says the boy made threats to commit a school shooting at Creekside or Silver Sands Middle School. He had a list of names, weapons, but told deputies it was all just a joke. News 6's Catherine Silver has more on the very serious charges he's now facing.
Airsoft guns, fake ammo, knives, swords. This is the collection deputies say they confiscated from an 11-year-old in Port Orange. The Volusia County Sheriff's Office says the Creekside Middle School student threatened to commit a mass shooting at his school or Sands Middle School before he was arrested Monday morning.
I mean, honestly, I was just concerned. We got a lot of calls last week, but it just kind of hit home
today. I have 3 kids that go here, so you kind of get a little nervous of whether you should send your kid to school or not.
Families in Volusia are witnessing the impact of both false threats and actual weapons at schools.
Turn around again.
It's happened before.
What is that?
But since last week, at least 10 students across Central Florida have been arrested for either threatening a school or being caught with a gun on campus. In each case, law enforcement was tipped off.
They keep sending in these tips over and over and over again.
Sheriff Mike Chitwood says enough is enough.
I'm going to show you every kid that's been arrested and where they go to school. And then from there on out, we're going to publicly shame them and their parents.
We are not naming or showing the 11-year-old boy from this latest arrest because of his age. We did ask the sheriff's office about his mother. We're told she is not facing any charges at this point. In Volusia County, I'm Catherine Silver, getting results, News 6.
Somebody showed that little boy that. Where that boy get all them guns from? I don't think the full story being told. That boy ain't old enough to buy those guns like that. So what's going on? Did somebody send that little boy to do it? What are they trying to do, man? I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't put nothing past America. I'm keeping it real. I don't put
Somebody
nothing
in his life showed him about that stuff. Because why would he need to know about ninja stars and samurai swords and all these different type of guns? And you know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Who put that in his mind to show him that? But my thing is this too, though, right? Because we see a lot of the militias and stuff like that. They be training their kids on how to defend themselves. I'm not against that. Training them how to defend themselves. But giving them to them and saying, "Here, these are yours for you to have," and he got access to them, that's a problem. It's nothing wrong with you learning how to defend yourself. You using a knife or a gun and learn how to fight against evil or somebody trying to do something to you. But when they giving it saying, "Buy these stuff and this is yours and you need this," you don't. Come on, man. 11-year-old don't need a collection of guns. He don't need samurai swords. He don't need knives. Like, we got to stop playing.
11 years old. But I got one more video I want to show y'all. And this is that boy Netanyahu. This boy here trying to invoke scriptures. Deuteronomy chapter 28. That's why I say it's irritating to get to see another so-called people claiming to be us. And actually reaping rewards for going through nothing. I'm just keeping it real. So I gotta put fair use on this one. You know, everybody claiming to be us and they reap the rewards, and they ain't been through what we've been through, but they reaping the reward. So let's go and do this, man. Fair use. This is the last video I'll show. And I also want to let y'all know that Texas is facing a water crisis. A lot of people don't know that Texas is facing a water crisis. They actually losing some of their crops on farms because they facing a water crisis. So it's a lot going on, family, but here we go. Let's go to Netanyahu. Let's go to that boy Netanyahu. This will be last. Thank y'all, family, for y'all participation. Like I say, we doing this video to warn our people. Just keep your eyes open. Keep your faith strong. The Most High got you, Israel. Yahshua got you. He gonna fight your battles. You better believe it. He gonna fight them.
Already.
The book of Samuel says in the Bible.
Do you not hear this dude? Do y'all not hear this dude talking about the book of Samuel? Do you not hear this dude using the Bible, bro? Our book, our nationality. It's irritating. I ain't gonna lie. Like, every time I see these people just reading scriptures and talking about God gave them this land 2,000 years ago, it's just irritating, bro. It is.
Netzach Israel, as the book of Samuel says in the Bible. Netzach Israel lo yishaker. The eternity of Israel will not falter.
It is the same Bible that tells us in the stories of the Old Testament, much which has guided many people across this world. But when we turn from the Old Testament to the New Testament, it is Romans that says to us, vengeance is mine, saith the Lord, not any country, not any human being. So that the Bible can't be used as a convenient aid when it suits us and rejected when it doesn't. Mr. President, above all else, we need a global reset on peace. There needs to be global peace. And those of us who are old enough would have recognized that there are peaks and valleys as it relates to this issue of conflict.
What did the Bible say, family? When they say peace and safety, sudden destruction. These people are always talking about global peace, global peace. It ain't no peace, man, not to the wicked. Ain't no peace to the wicked, man. I keep telling y'all this world has to come down for you to be lifted up. The Lord told you in the book of Zechariah, he say, I'm going to get you a name and fame in all the places where you've been put to shame. That's what the book say. So he say, when they say peace and safety, sudden destruction gonna come. What this woman just say? We need peace, global peace. Man, these people don't want no peace, y'all. How they gonna ask for peace? And they the reason why the world is in the shape that it is. It ain't just America, family. Let's keep it real. A lot of these wicked nations, man, they all participate. All this United Nations and all that ain't nothing but Psalms 83. The nations are confederate against thee. Psalms 83, family. All nations have a seat in the UN. Straight up, man.
There are few areas where the world is more in need of the United Nations acting as the United Nations to secure the objectives of the Charter than in the area of peace and security. The silence that has engulfed Sudan is unacceptable and may well be rooted in the racism that the world still carries as a badge of honor from the victories of the last great war of the World War II. The actions in Myanmar cannot continue. Ukraine has sucked more oxygen out of the global community and the global financial system than any of us can appropriately accept at the very time when the world needs to be applying its resources and efforts to fight in the greatest crisis known to mankind. And the spread of the war from Gaza to the consequences in the West Bank to now clearly what is happening in Lebanon as we speak with Israel, all of these are but the tip of an iceberg of death, violence, and instability, and robs the global community of oxygen and resources at the very time when we need it most in a strategic way. We all know, as students of history, that even the longest war in history came to an end. These wars, yes, they too will come to an end. But the question is when and at what cost, and without much loss of life, with how many children not being able to be either given the chance to live or will now live with memories of war that will affect their every action for the next 60, 70, 80 years of their lives. Innocent people are paying the price with the one thing that is theirs to give, and they don't give it willingly. It is their life. Unless we address the root causes of these wars, one by one, and the manners in which they are being sustained and financed.
Okay, family, that's enough. I just wanted to let y'all hear Netanyahu trying to read scriptures. He always talking about the land was given to them, but let me show you something that a lot of Israelite, as far as the brothers go, they always keep saying that, oh man, y'all talking about that little piece of dirt is the land of Israel. But let me show you something. Let me open up my window. I want to show y'all this. This is going to prove that we know what the Bible say and what land that he gave us. We know what the Bible say and what land that he gave us. From the Nile River to the wilderness to Lebanon to the river Euphrates. That's what the book say, right? That's book. Okay, Naphtali, thank you for coming on. The Bible say that I'm going to give Abraham from the Nile River to the wilderness to Lebanon to the great river Euphrates, right? Now they want you to believe that the West Bank, so-called land of Israel, that fake Jerusalem, because y'all got to remember, David fought the Jebusites. Judah and Jerusalem was south of the northern kingdom. So that Jerusalem that's sitting over there in the West Bank, whatever they call it, that ain't no real Jerusalem. That little piece of land, they sitting up here telling you this the land of Israel, and everybody keep falling for that. I'm finna show you all the tribes' lands are desolate. So how can they all of their lands fit in their little piece of land? I'm about to show you right now. And then somebody gonna have to explain how all these other lands desolate if y'all saying that we only saying that little piece of land is the land of Israel. Ain't nobody saying that, man. The Most High did not give us that little piece of land. We didn't even get to live out the fullness of the inheritance because of sin. Man, Sham talk about this all the time, that on east of the Jordan River, you had half tribe of Manasseh, Gad, and Reuben. West of the Jordan River, you had all other tribes. Benjamin, you had Simeon, who was close to Judah, Judah and Jerusalem. You had Issachar, who dwelt in what? Jezreel. You had the other tribes dwelling by Beersheba. So you mean to tell me we all can fit in that little land? Stop it, man. That ain't what we saying. Let me open up this window and show them, Sham. That's why I say, man, people just say anything, man. Bring the facts, man. Get the facts. Here you go, family. Y'all see this? The lands of the tribes of Israel today. This is Ephraim's land, desolate. Naphtali's land, desolate. Judah, which is a Hebron, right? Hebron is Judah. That's what David dwelt there. That's what Abraham dwelt there. That's what Jacob and Isaac. They all dwelt where? Hebron. What else, K. Judah? Here goes Zebulun's land, desolate. Here go the real Jerusalem, desolate. Manasseh, desolate. Issachar, desolate. What do it say at the bottom? Jezreel. Desolate lands of the children of Israel. Simeon, desolate. Beersheba, because that's where Simeon was dwelling at. All desolate. So how can all these tribes fit in that little piece of land? So stop it. Stop it. Stop it. This is all desolate. And this is all we've been telling y'all. Our lands are desolate, family, until this day. Until this day. So that little piece of land they sitting up here talking about, oh, this is Israel. That may be some of the inheritance, but that ain't the fullness of it. They took out a little piece of land and created a state, but that ain't the fullness of the promise. That ain't the real Jerusalem. Jerusalem was south of the northern kingdom. David fought the Jebusites, who was south of the northern kingdom. Northern kingdom was above the southern kingdom. That's why it's called northern kingdom and southern kingdom. Northern kingdom was above, southern kingdom was below. So there you go. So how can you have two Jerusalems? One south and one sitting by the Mediterranean Sea. Talking about this, the West Bank. Get out of here, boy. Jerusalem wasn't in no West Bank. Jerusalem is south. It's south. So here you go. We showing you these are all the tribes. It's desolate. It's just some of them. It's desolate. Come on now. This is Tel Arad, the real Jerusalem. It sits on a hill. Behind the New Jerusalem was what? Mount Moriah. Why is that important? Because that's what Solomon built the temple at. North of the city of David. At Mount Moriah. That's where Abraham was about to sacrifice Isaac, on Mount Moriah. That's where the temple was built, y'all. So Jerusalem, the real Jerusalem, is desolate unto this day. Nobody is living in the real Jerusalem. It's desolate. It's desolate. So we don't know what they talking about. Anything you want to add, Sean, before we get out of here, man?
Nope. That's pretty much it, family. Falls on that my part. You know, I think this was an excellent show. You know, a lot of good information. I hope everybody learned something from what we and KG brought out. You know, to the best of our ability for the people. I'll say that.
Thank you, MacMean. MacMean 007. Thank you. It's in the Bible, but don't you know people go around the scriptures and say, no, this line right here. Look at what this say, y'all. It say Joshua 1:4. From the wilderness and this Lebanon. What wilderness is he talking about? He was talking about that same wilderness by the Negev desert. So from that area, which is by Saudi Arabia and the Mount Sinai, to Lebanon, which is north above the Negev River, you got to go up, even unto the great river, the river Euphrates. So you got to extend from Lebanon and go all the way to the Euphrates River, all the way back down to the wilderness, by the Nile River and back up by Lebanon. That is a lot of plot of land. So Shem, let me show the 12 tribes, brother, so it can make sense. Me and my brother then like dealt with this so much, man, and people just, Jesus. Now, let me show you that this is how the land was divided, man. And then me and my brother gonna get out of here, bro. And we like to do this, man, so people can just know, bro, stop being ashamed of y'all land, man, and try to cleave to another man's inheritance. It don't work like that, family. You can't cleave to another man's inheritance, and your power will not put your inheritance in another man's inheritance. That's against scripture. You cannot move your neighbor's landmark. That's against scriptures, y'all. So here you go. Now watch this, man, and then we're gonna get up out of here. Y'all see this? It say the division of the promised land to the children of Israel. Now, me and Sham always deal with this, so let's deal with it. When the children of Israel crossed the Red Sea, here go the Philistines. What do the Bible say in the book of Exodus chapter 13 and verse 17? I took them not the way of the Philistines, even though that was the closest way to go. Here you go. Here go Gaza. Who was controller Ashdod, Ashkelon, and Gaza at the time? The Philistines. The Philistines, fam. So God took them by the way of the Red Sea, right? And then they try to pass through Edom. He said, no, can't pass through here. So they went by the king's highway, or tried to, which was Sihon, king of the Amorites, who was dwelling where? Right here in the territory of the plains of Moab. So they fought against him and took his land, right? They took it. Moses died on Mount Nebo, right here. That's where Moses died at, Mount Nebo. Here go Heshbon, here go Rabbah. It was given to Gad. Here go Gad. And this area was given to Manasseh. And right above this area right here, they had a fight with a king named King of Og, king of Bashan. So they gave this to Manasseh. Then they went all the way around, crossed the Jordan River, and here go the other tribes. Manasseh, the other tribe of half tribe of Manasseh. Here go the Jordan River. So they had to cross the Jordan River, and everybody else got their land. Here go Zebulun, here go Issachar, who dwell by Jezreel. Zebulun dwelling by Megiddo. Okay, here go Ephraim. He had a big old plot of land, Ephraim. Here go Judah. And who dwelt by Judah? Simeon. This is down south. This is up north. So there you go, man. It's the Bible is a true book, man. The Lord did not give you inheritance in Ham's inheritance. Everybody keeps saying it, but the Bible just don't support it. Your inheritance was across from the Red Sea. And then east of the Jordan River, 3 tribes. West of the Jordan River, the rest of the tribes. Here you go. Here you go. Because we know that Edom dwelt south of Judah and Jerusalem. And then here go the Moabites, which the Bible say they was east to the rising of the sun. This is east to the rising of the sun. But they want you to believe we never crossed the Red Sea and we come from Ethiopia and South Africa. Right. The Bible don't support none of that, man. So I just wanted to show y'all that, family. This is the Jordan River. Moses died on Mount Nebo looking west. And what did Moses look at? All of this area right here. This is the so-called land of Canaan, or the promised land. And Moses died on Mount Nebo. He could not cross Jordan right here. So he had to look from Mount Nebo looking west, and he saw the land. And he died. And there you go. So this a lot of land, huh? So how can we all fit in that little, talking about that little dirt in Israel? Man, look at all these tribes. Man, you know they can't fit in that little bit of piece of land. Come on now. Can't fit in that little piece of land over there. Here go the real Jerusalem. It's south, man. Here go Judah. Here go Jerusalem. It's south. David took it from the Jebusites. Jerusalem is not up here. Come on now. That's it, family. Our land is desolate, man. That's all I'm telling y'all. Your land is desolate. Thank you. Thank you. Macmean, I'm telling you. That's what the Bible say. The Moabites land is known as the land of the rising of the sun, and that's east. And we know the sun rises from the east. We can't make this stuff up, man. We can't make this stuff up, Sham. That's what the book say. That Moabites is east of the rising of the sun. That's where the sun rises from, the east. Not from Egypt, not from Ethiopia, not from South Africa, from the east, rising of the sun by the land of Moab. And that's where our ancestors went to get to the promised land. They had to go all the way around once they crossed the Red Sea, because he took them not the way of the Philistines, even though it was the closest way to go. He took them all the way around, crossed the Jordan River, and everybody got their inheritance in the time of Joshua. But they was not able to enjoy the fullness of the inheritance because they did not dispel the Canaanites, the Girgashites, the Hivites, the Jebusites, the Amorites. Well, they did do the Amorites because Reuben inherited the land that Sihon took from the Moabite king, which was the plains of Moab. But the border of the Ammonites was strong. So they took the land from who? King of Og, Bashan. Sham, we be landed out according to the scriptures.
You know, some people just, they don't see it, King Judah. So it's like, we wasting our time, arguing with people, bro.
So me and my brother, man, look, all we saying is that our land is desolate. Our land is desolate, family. That's just what the book say.
Crops, don't do anything. Right. Like, we can't even grow food in that land.
Right. Can't even grow food right now. That's why the Bible say that when he bring you back to the wilderness, Isaiah 35, he say that your heart is going to rejoice when he caused the grass to grow, water to spring forth, when he bring forth vegetation. What do it say in Revelation 12? I will nourish you in the wilderness. How he going to nourish you? Man, you're going to have water. You're going to have vegetation. He going to feed you, man. Trees going to grow green. A tree's going to grow again. Grass is going to grow. Flowers are going to bloom. Water's going to spring forth. All these things will happen when you go back home, because he say that the trees and the grass and everything going to rejoice and start to clap their hands. It ain't doing that right now. Ain't nothing clapping their hands. The Bible say, I will lay Jerusalem like a plain. You know what a plain is, right? Flat. Flat. He laid it flat. He laid it flat, family. So ain't nobody living in your land, real Jerusalem, Naphtali's land, Simeon land. They done made these places a national park. That's why he said the Gentiles should tread on your land until the time of it be fulfilled. They done made all your lands national parks. They just treading all on your land, taking pictures on rocks. They have trampled your land underfoot, like the Bible says. I'm trying to tell you, Mac man, 007. Y'all better go look at Saudi Arabia and what they got under Saudi Arabia. What a mountain of Ya'ed, which is Mount Sinai, the Mount Sinai Peninsula. You better go look at what they got under that Saudi Arabia. Clean, fresh water. Why you think y'all put a gate around the mountain? They can't dig for their water. They want to. The Lord say, that's for my people. That's for my people when they go back. I'm going to cause all this dry land to spring forth into water and vegetation, because we're going to have clean water. We're going to have good fruits, good trees, good vegetation. He going to protect us in the wilderness, family. We're going to be living there for 3.5 years. So you know we're going to need clean water and food. And he going to provide all that for you. He going to provide all that for you. So that's it, man. Anything you want to add, Sham, before we get up out of here, my brother? Great live, Sham. Appreciate you, my brother. The expertise, how you articulate yourself, giving your feedback on these things. Thank you, Naphtali, Elder Quinat, for articulating yourself very well always, Elder, and for giving me this information to share with the nation. So big salute to everybody.
Yeah, I appreciate you, Rock, as always. Like I said, much love to everybody. I had a wonderful time up here, bringing out the information for our people. Just hope everybody take heed to what, me and K Judas, explain to everybody out here. So with that, I would just say shalom, most I bless.
That's my brother Sham, family. And thank you, boy. Hey, Mac Mean, man, you better stop, boy. You better stop, man. My brother Mac Man 007, you better stop, man. Because I got a picture right now. I can show the picture, brother. That's under Saudi Arabia. Man, y'all see my brother handling business in the chat. That's the name of the water. Man, let me show this picture, man. My brother Mac Man ain't playing, man. Let me go and get this picture real quick, man. So we can prove to y'all that, man, my brother own it. Let me see. Let me see if it come up. Okay, let me see. I got it. I got it, family. Here you go. Let me show this picture to y'all. Mac Man just put it in the chat. Look at the name of the water. This is under Saudi Arabia. They have a gate around Saudi Arabia. Everybody know that Saudi Arabia is Mount Sinai. Y'all remember when Moses went to the land of his father-in-law, and he walked to the backside of the mountain? That was Mount Sinai in Saudi Arabia, also the land of Midian. How we know Saudi Arabia is Mount Sinai? Because Paul told you in Galatians chapter 5, Mount Sinai is in Saudi Arabia. That's what Paul said. Paul said that. So let me show this picture. Because Mac Man handling business today, and that ain't nothing but the spirit. Here go the water, family. This is under Saudi Arabia, right here. There you go. Y'all see this water? This is all fresh water under Saudi Arabia. This is what a mountain of Yahid, family. Mount Sinai. And Mac Man 007 just put it in the chat. And here you go, right here. This is the actual water that I got from my imam. She gave me this picture. So now you see, and guess what? A lot of people keep dismissing this fact, and I can care less because I know what the book say. The book say he gonna take us back to the wilderness. What wilderness you think he gonna take us to? Mount Sinai, by the Arnon River. Okay, Judah, you just talking. God ain't taking us to no desert. God ain't taking us to no dirt. Really? So why in Isaiah 16 he asked Moab to hide the outcast? Where's Moab? By Mount Sinai, by Saudi Arabia. Where's Edom? By Mount Sinai, by Saudi Arabia. Because they were south of Judah and Jerusalem. But why in Isaiah 16 he said Moab, hide the outcast? He said, who is this that comes from Salah to the wilderness of his people? Why is he saying that? Because he's telling Moab, hide my outcast. Where they gonna hide us at? In the wilderness. He said he gonna hide us from the wilderness to the Arnon River. Where's the Arnon River? In the land of Moab. This is all in the Bible. But they want you to believe that he's gonna take you to Africa. And the Lord has never promised you protection in Africa. You can't find one verse. He said that if you go to Africa, I'm gonna protect you. Guess what he said? Get to the wilderness. That's where I'm gonna nourish you for 1,260 days. Time, and the dividing of time. Africa is a rich place. They got their inheritance. But if you want me to be honest with you, if you want me to lie to you, he never promised you protection in Africa. He only promised you protection in one place. And guess what that place is? The wilderness. Let me read it real quick before I go. Let me go to Isaiah 16, because I think sometimes they think me and Sham just be talking. Like, this nigga just making up stuff. Okay. Let me go to Isaiah 16, then I'll go to Revelation, then I'm done. Because our people need to know the truth, man. Because, see, I don't want it to come a point to where you think something gonna happen, then it don't happen, then your heart get broke. So it's best to just tell you the truth now. So this is Isaiah 16. And let's see what he asks Moab and how the Lord gonna go to the wilderness from the land of Salah, which is Edom. Isaiah 16:1. It says, send ye the lamb to the ruler of the land from Salah, to the wilderness. Why is he mentioning the wilderness by the land of Edom? Because that's where Mount Sinai is, in Arabia. Verse 2. For it shall be that as a wandering bird cast out of the nest, so the daughters of Moab shall be at the fords of Arnon. Take counsel, execute judgment, make thy shadow as the night in the midst of the noonday. How can you do that in the noonday? That means that when we in the wilderness, nobody not going to even know we there. It's going to be like being in the nighttime in the noonday. Nobody won't see you. What else you want them to do, Lord? Hide the outcast. Read that again, K. Judah. Hide the outcast. Who is the outcast? He's saying hide. Israel. Why is he worried about Moab and Salah, which is Edom? Because Mount Sinai is by their land. The Arnon River is by Mount Sinai. Verse 3 one more time. Take counsel, execute judgment, make thy shadow as the night in the midst of the noonday. Hide the outcast, bewait not him that wandereth. Talking about Moab. Let my outcast dwell with thee, Moab. Be a covert to them from the face of the spoiler. Who is the face of the spoiler? Satan. Hide my outcast, Moab. Let them dwell with thee from the fords of the Arnon River. But they lying, telling you he ain't bringing us to no desert. He not bringing us to no wilderness. But Isaiah 35 say he gonna bring us to the wilderness and the desert. Woo. Verse 4 again. Let my outcast dwell with thee, Moab. Be thou a covert to them from the face of the spoiler. For the extortioner is at an end. The spoiler sees it. The oppressor are consumed out of the land. So there you go. There you go. Let me go to Revelation chapter 12, and this will be last. Revelations 12, and this will be last. And this is going to prove that he only promised you protection in one place. You won't, if anybody can give me a scripture that he promised you protection anywhere else, I'll correct myself right now. Revelations 12 and verse 6. And the woman fled into the wilderness, where she had a place prepared of God, that they should feed her there 1,260 days. There you go. He said that I will feed her there. So I can lie to you, but then I can tell you the truth. So if you want to go to Africa and think that you're going to be protected there, and I'm just saying this honestly. Now, you can go there and get out of America, but that is not the safe haven once you leave America, because once the man of sin is revealed, the Bible say he shall wear out the whole planet Earth. So the only place you can go is to the wilderness. He's going to wear out everywhere that our people are scattered at, because the Bible say he's going to wear out the saints. Who are the saints? The children of Israel. So he's going to wear out the saints. So Africa is a refuge place for our people to go if they want to leave America. But if you thinking that that is the promised land to where you're going to be safe once this man of sin is revealed, then that's not true. That's not true. The Bible say he's going to wear out the whole planet Earth, the saints. They say, man, we were drunk with the blood of the saints. That means he did a lot of killing. They're going to be beheading people. That's the saints, the children of Israel. But you got people teaching doctrines that you don't got to go through this. But every time I ask them, according to Revelation 9, who is that came out the wilderness, nobody can give me an answer. I mean, when the Bible say, who is this that came out of great tribulation and that washed their robes in the blood of the Lamb? I asked all kind of people. They said that Israel don't have to go through the Jacob's trouble and the great tribulation. Then I turn around and ask them, well, who is this that came out of great tribulation? They can't give me no answer. They say that's the nations. Woo, y'all been woefully misinformed, bro. That is the saints, man. Those are the ones who didn't flee to the wilderness. They didn't flee. How we know that is the ones that didn't flee? Watch this. Revelations 12 and verse 13. And when the dragon saw that he was cast unto the earth, he persecuted the woman, which is Israel, which brought forth the man-child. What man-child did Israel bring forth? Yahshua HaMashiach of the tribe of Judah. Verse 14. And to the woman was given 2 wings of a great eagle, that she might fly into the wilderness, into her place, where she is nourished for a times and a half a time. That's 3.5 years. From the face of the serpent. Didn't he just ask Moab to hide my people from the face of the spoiler? You see how this Bible connect? He just asked Moab in Isaiah 16, man, hide my people, man, from the face of the spoiler. Then he just told you in Revelation 12, verse 14, that they fled into the wilderness, into her place where she is nourished for a time and half a time from the face of the serpent. And the serpent cast out of his mouth waters as a flood after the woman, that he might cause her to be carried away of the flood. And the earth helped the woman, which is Israel, and the earth opened her mouth and swallowed up the flood, which the dragon cast out of his mouth. And the dragon was wroth with the woman and went to make war with the remnant of her seed. So that means that those who was getting to the wilderness, Yah and Yahshua helped them. So Satan turned his attention to those who got caught up in the great tribulation and went to make war with the remnant of her seed who keep the commandments, because they didn't flee. They didn't flee. So that's why when you get to Revelation 9, it says this. Revelation 9. No. Hold up. Let me get it right. Revelation 7. My bad. Revelation 7 and verse 13. And look at what it says. And one of the elders answered, saying unto me, what are these which are arrayed in white robes, and whence came they? And I said unto him, Sir, thou knowest. And he said to me, these are they which have come out of great tribulation, and have washed their robes and made them white in the blood of the Lamb. I thought we don't got to go through the great tribulation if we get caught up in the great tribulation. But those of us who know to flee to the wilderness, where the Lord will prepare a place for us to nourish us for 1,260 days, or a time and a dividing of time, we didn't get caught up in the great tribulation that we be so blessed to make it. So Satan went to make war with the remnant of us seed who keep the commandments, and they lost their life. That's why he just say they washed their blood in the blood of the Lamb, meaning they was killed. How they gonna kill some people, Kate Judah? Revelations 20, and this will be last. Revelation 20, and this will be last. Verse 4. Revelation 20, verse 4. And I saw thrones, and they that sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them. I saw the souls of them. I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahshua HaMashiach. Y'all remember in Revelation 12, Satan couldn't catch the woman fleeing to the wilderness because the Lord helped the woman. So Satan went to make war with the remnant of her seed who keep the commandments. Those are the ones in Revelation 7 that washed their blood in the blood, they washed their robes in the blood of the Lamb. They was killed because they didn't flee to the wilderness. Now you have people lying and telling you, you don't got to go to no wilderness. God is not going to protect you in the desert. The desert is not big enough to hold us. Why do y'all listen to Negroes that don't read scripture? I'm actually reading and showing you that there's only one place he promised you protection. He just said it. I will nourish you in the wilderness. No other place. From the face of the serpent. For a time, and a dividing of time. That's what the books say. So you will have to go through this great tribulation if you get caught up in it. Don't let man lie to you. But if you don't get caught up in it and you know the set time to flee, you better get up out of here. Because the Bible told me in Matthew 24, verse 15, when you see the abomination of desolation, flee. Those in Judea, you better flee. Those around the world, you better get up out of there. That's how quick it's going to be. Swift. This man is going to wear out the saints. Do you understand that the Bible say this man is going to kill wonderfully? How can you kill somebody wonderfully? That's all I'm saying, fam. Listen to the people that read book according to the spirit of Yah and Yahshua, and not people that give you lip service. Lip service always sound good, but it will profit you nothing in the end. Reading the scriptures is going to profit you when a person line it up for you to give you edification. But a man just talking, it sound good. It sound good when they dismissing other people. Oh man, y'all better stop listening to people. Or these people telling you God bringing you to the wilderness. What we just read, y'all? That I gave the woman two wings of a great eagle that she might fly into the wilderness, but these Negroes telling you God ain't bringing you to no wilderness. And this man sitting up there telling you I'm gonna bring you to the wilderness. Who you gonna listen to? Isaiah 35 said I'm gonna cause the wilderness and the desert to blossom as a rose, but these Negroes telling you he ain't bringing you to no desert. Who you gonna listen to? I hope it's Yah. That's it, fam. I'm out of here.
That was excellent. Like I said, breakdown and like I said, ain't nothing for me to say. If they don't understand that, KG, I don't know what else to say, brother.
Facts, Sham. Facts, brother. Facts. Ain't nothing else we can say, Sham. Because Sham, we've been doing lessons. We've been showing the people. We didn't show them Mystery Babylon the Great. We got all the images. We got all the places that we went as far as our land goes, Sham. The one we did about the borders of Israel. We showed them what the Bible say, how Israel took their journey. They lying telling you they crossed the Nile River, but there's no scripture say that. You can't find one scripture in the Bible that they crossed the Nile River, but they telling you that though. They was already east of the Nile River, so why cross it and go backwards? When there was alligators in there. I'm sorry, crocodiles and alligators. Some of the biggest crocodiles known to man. That's why they got crocodiles called Nile crocodiles. The Nile River. Nile crocodiles. But they say y'all cross it on feet. Come on now. Make it make sense to me and my brother. It don't make no sense, man. I'm just so sick of people just lying and just making up stuff, bro. Man, this man been doing classes after classes, man. I mean, showing our people with images, because you know Israel have to see everything. They ain't gonna just believe. We gotta show them what, then they gonna believe it. And half of the time we show them, they still don't believe it, Sham. So we doing our job, man. I am telling y'all, the only place the Lord have promised you protection is in the wilderness of the Mount Sinai Peninsula. You better hear what I'm telling you. That is where He's gonna protect Israel again. At the same mountain that He brought Moses. And after 3.5 years, He gonna bring you out of the wilderness like He did them, and He gonna bring you to your lands. And every man shall inherit the land in which they was born, or they fathers. Because we all got a plot of land. We just got to find out what tribe we come from. And once the kingdom is built back up, every man gonna get to enjoy his inheritance. Ain't that beautiful? Sure sound beautiful to me. I know it sound beautiful to Sham. We going home.
Yeah, the thing about that is, it's just hopefully you make it to see it too.
Thank you. That's another thing. Yep. We make it to be able to see it and be so blessed to make it into the kingdom and get that spiritual body. Straight up.
Right.
So that's it, man. That's it, family. So me and my brother Short Sham love y'all. We say big salute, family. Thank y'all for participating in the live. And we're going to go out like this, family. We're going to go ahead and do this.
Family all around me. Family all around me. He my family, she my family. He my family, she my family. He my family, she my family. We are family. We might have the same last name, but that don't make you my family. Nah, I got some people with the same blood, and I know that they can't stand me. I got some people I call that ain't kin that's gonna pull up and handle it. They take care of that business like family. We come from them trenches like family. They talking, you listen, that's family. They don't tell your business, that's family. They calling your phone, coming looking for you. They say that you missing, that's family. They don't need permission, that's family. When you hurt, they can feel it, that's family. Let them come while you're cheering, that's family. Let them come when you living, that's family. Family all around me. Hey, family all around me. He my family, she my family. He my family, she my family. He my family, she my family. We are family all around me. Hey, family all around me. He my family, she my family. He my family, she my family. He my family, she my family. We are family. Hey, ain't nobody fighting around here. Ain't nobody shooting around here. Everybody that's around here, family. All love, no hate, be clear. No shade, all love, be real. You love them, you should know how it feel. Tired of all these badass kids. Tired of paying all these bills. Family going through the same thing, so they know exactly how you feel. They supply a shoulder I can cry. I provide a place where they can heal. Leave my money out, they don't steal. Let them have it if it's for a bill. Soldier for me when they in the field. Only way I live, family all around me. Hey, family all around me. He my family, she my family. He my family, she my family. He my family, she my family. We are family all around me. Hey, family all around me. He my family, she my family. He my family, she my family. He my family, she my family. We are family. We might have the same last name, but that don't make you my family. I got some people with the same blood, and I know that they can't stand me. I got some people I call that ain't kin that's gonna pull up and handle it. They take care of that business like family. We come from them trenches like family. Family all around me.
I want to thank my sister August Dreams for always helping me out. The rest of my CUC sisters, they always helping your brother K Judah out. Cause I'm telling y'all, I can't let people know what I be having going on, but my sisters always letting everybody know what's going on with the channel, with the lives, with the, I just appreciate them. Because no one person can do nothing by themselves. The smallest gesture can move mountains. So I appreciate my CUC sisters. I thank my brother Shar Sham always, man, for his expertise. Thank my sister Naphtali for bringing her knowledge. Elder Quanat for bringing his knowledge and understanding. And giving our people the information that they need to move forward and move accordingly. So, like I say, family, I love y'all. I thank y'all. I'm praying for every last one of y'all, family. And my prayer to Yah and Yahshua is that when these people think they gonna come up against us and harm us, that you allow their weapons to be turned on them, Yah and Yahshua, and let them whoop up on each other and not your precious Jew children of Israel. That's my prayer. I pray for y'all families, y'all children. I pray that the Most High keep the hedge protection on y'all homes. I pray when y'all move about daily that the angels be camped about y'all. Because I'm telling you, family, Satan only have a short time. He angry, he upset, because we about to take rulership, and he don't want that to happen. So they not gonna just give us the kingdom. They not, family. They gonna try to go out with a bang, but in the end, they lose and you win, along with your king, Yahshua HaMashiach. He gonna come and fight for you. Don't be afraid of man. This man is not strong like he pretend to be. This man is weak because he can only do everything in a group with a group of people. He can't do nothing by himself. Y'all ever notice that Gentiles, they only do stuff when they're in a group? They weak when there's one-on-one. They sorry, they scary when it's one-on-one. But when they're in a group, though, oh, they bad, boy. When there's 5 of them or 10, 20, oh, they bad. But when they by themselves, boy, they tuck that tail, boy. How you doing, sir? They be scared and petrified. Because, you know, black men got them faces like lions. Oh, yeah, we got them faces like lions. So they be scared. So like I said, family, thank y'all, love y'all. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. And in the words of my beloved sister August Dreams, thank y'all for coming to the Lions Den with the CUC family, the FOPE family, and the ADUIC family, and all my beloved brothers and sisters in the chat. And I want to give a big salute to my brother Mike C and my brother Midwest Judite, praying that the Most High will continue to heal y'all bodies and strengthen y'all minds in this time. That's my prayer for y'all. The Coleman family, love y'all with a pure heart. Midwest Judite, love you with a pure heart, my brother. And all our beloved family who may be battling anything in the body, I pray that the Most High heal you and strengthen you in such a time as this. Let's get it. And your brother K. Judah want to say, to be